Hello everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Hollercast, Livestream number 6. We are running just a little bit late today, so bear with us. It is just me right now. I'll get a lot of the stuff out of the way. Chase is on his way, as well as our guest. They were running just a little bit behind, so we'll go ahead and get started. But before we do anything, we need to thank our sponsor. And we have to take a second to thank our very first sponsor, Big Al's Pack and Ship. Big Al, we want to thank you so much. we're so grateful for you taking a chance on us, believing in what we're doing, and we really hope that we can work together for many years to come. Big Al's Pack and Ship can handle all of your shipping needs, from just dropping off a package to full service shipping, U-Haul rental, and more. Big Al's ships out DHL, UPS, and FedEx, and offers great service at affordable rates.
Big Al's is located off of Roan Road in downtown Spruce Pine and is open Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. And we want to thank him again. We appreciate you. Get out there and support him.
All right. Yeah, thank you again, Big Al. We really appreciate you working with us. So, hello, everybody. Like I said earlier, Chase is on his way. He's running a minute late, as well as our guest. So, just going to talk about a few things that I have in the works. Something I'm working on right now. Hopefully, it will launch somewhere in the next 2 weeks. Is a website. A website for Spruce Pine. So one thing I've really been made aware of is just exactly how many resources we have in this town that I didn't know about. Not just resources, but businesses, cool things to do, places to go, all kinds of stuff. And we've talked a lot on the podcast about we need a central hub where all this stuff is listed. So I have purchased the domain name sprucepinehub.com, and I'm going to be launching sprucepinehub.com as an informative website that will have everything categorized. So you'll have links to click, like one will be food, accommodations and hotels, or places to stay, education, medical, hospital, medicine, stuff like that, shopping. So all these different things that we don't know are in the community, or I don't know that are in the community, or that, a lot of people don't know are in the community. We can list them all in one central location. There's going to be a communities resources tab that has all kinds of community resources, stuff that I had no idea existed. So what I'm doing right now is I'm working on compiling a massive master list of all the businesses and resources and government agencies that this county has to offer. I will be putting them all in one place on the website, sprucepinehub.com. They will be linked with their website and contact information, and again categorized by what they offer, what services they provide. So that's something to look out for. I feel like we need that here because there is just so much. We shot a podcast last week, the one that is going to be going live this Thursday, with two ladies from Pisgah Legal Group, which is a nonprofit organization that provides civil legal services for low-income houses and individuals free of charge. An amazing resource I had no idea existed. So this is stuff that people in the community need to know about. So I'm going to do my best to get the information out there, and I'm going to plug the website as much as I can. In addition to that, we're going to be launching some merch soon. So we're going to have Hollercast t-shirts. We're going to have Hollercast ball caps, all kinds of cool stuff. And everything, as far as our merch goes, is going to support just this channel. It's going to, we're not making a killing off of this. We're barely making any money at all. We're actually not making any money. We're in the red because the massive amount of overhead that comes with the cost of equipment and everything. But, we want to improve the quality of this channel as much as possible to bring Spruce Pine, Mitchell County, and the surrounding area the best possible content we can. We got some really good ideas of stuff that we would like to do, but it's going to require some new equipment that we need to purchase. So all proceeds from our merch sales and ad revenue goes to building this channel and expanding what we're doing here. We want to start doing vlogs where we go out and check out things in the community like the planetarium, the observatory, different restaurants, different businesses, different things to do. Go check these things out and take you all with us. Do vlogs where we go and kind of give you guys an idea of what all is out there to do in Spruce Pine that's fun and entertaining. We want to do live streams and podcasts from businesses like the Moondust Lounge. We've got a lot of stuff lined up that's going to be really, really cool. It's just a matter of getting the time and money to do it. So that's kind of what we have in the works. I'll see if there's anything else. I know there's more stuff that I'm leaving out. Oh yeah, advertisers. We still have advertising products available. If you want to advertise with us, please reach out to me. You can find me on Facebook at Joshua McKinney, or you can reach us at our email, which is hollercastirl@gmail.com. So yeah, we offer 2 advertising products. We need as many sponsors as we can get so we can up the quality of what we're doing here. There's a lot of expansion I would like to do, and a lot of improvements we could make to this channel. But like everything in life, it's not free. So we really appreciate all the support we're getting right now, though. It's really amazing. Y'all have been amazing. And there's Chase. Come on in, dude. Chase is finally here. But no, we really appreciate the community. We have had such a awesome... What up, dude? We're live. What's up? We have had an amazing reception from the community, and we're so, so grateful for all the support, everybody reaching out, giving us ideas for guests, giving us ideas for everything. And it's really been awesome. Jimmy's on his way. He'll be here in just a minute.
Sweet.
So we've already done the sponsor and everything. So I'm just sitting here talking, waiting for you. Yeah, man, we're good to go.
Let's go, dude.
We're good to go. Yeah.
Plug my mic in. I actually did have stuff to say and I forgot.
Oh. Well, we'll wait since you're sick and stuff.
You feeling any better?
Noah's been
Getting
a little
there.
bit puny. Noah's been puny. Our producer's been puny. Okay, well, what have you got to say, Noah? You can.
Well, I don't know if they can hear me or not, but I found out that I have the ability to host small little tournaments. So
Okay.
I was thinking I was going to try and host a local online Apex Legends tournament.
Okay. Turn your microphone up. It's number 5, I believe. It's the one that's turned all the way down. And bring it up to you. Noah's got an announcement to make about Apex Legends, a tournament he wants to do.
Doing it for the kids, dude.
Yeah, doing it for the kids. Yours is number 5, I believe. It's the only one that's turned down. I turned his microphone down because he's had a cold and he didn't want to be like coughing and stuff into the
Is it working
yeah,
now?
yeah, it's working now. Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, Jimmy.
Hello.
What's up, man?
Jimmy
What's
Henshaw.
up?
What's going on?
How you doing, man?
Yes, Jen, we do. I will link. What's up, dude? I will link that information down below. We do have a place that you can donate if you want to. That's totally up to y'all. We like to provide services and products in exchange for money, but we are just super glad that you find value in what we do here. But anyway, Noah, what were you saying?
Okay, so I had a little bit of an idea that I think would appeal to
them headphones on there?
the younger audience.
It changed a little bit since you've been here.
know, right?
Sorry, no, go ahead, buddy.
So, I was thinking about hosting a little, like, local online Apex Legends tournament with anybody.
Here
Yeah.
you go.
And I would make it, like, there would be, like, $100 cash prize to whoever wins.
Who's going to provide that money? Because
I'm going to save and then give
You're going to save?
money to whoever wins.
Okay.
I don't know when I'm going to do that. I will try to get that in the works, maybe. I'm not sure. But it just sounded like a decent idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Why not?
Do it.
You heard Bethany the last time.
Yeah.
They're doing D&D. They're doing all kinds of stuff now.
Is D&D on the rise
I don't know.
Since
That's a good
Stranger
question.
Things.
I think
Because-
D&D might be on the rise.
I think so. I mean, we've got the movie that's out. I was in Target, and there's D&D action figures of the old 80s cartoon.
Really?
Those exact figures from the style of the 80s cartoon. And I would have to imagine the Stranger Things phenomena. The D&D would have to be on the rise.
Oh, for sure.
There was a Dungeons and Dragons scare in Mitchell County back in 85, 86.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was protests, and
Oh, yeah.
uprising, and all that
It's
stuff.
funny
back
how
in the
that
day.
changes, isn't it?
It is. It's
Now that
amazing.
doesn't seem nearly as scary.
Seems so tame, doesn't
Right.
it? Nowadays, right?
Did you get the
Nowadays.
Wi-Fi?
Yeah, I'm sure it'll show up in a moment, so cool. I'll get on it. It'll pop up. My service here is slow, so sometimes a moment or two to
Right.
There you go.
populate, but it will arise, I'm sure.
So how was everybody's week?
Good.
Busy.
Good week?
Busy. I was in Austin, Texas all last week on business, and I love Austin. I've got some good friends there. Austin, not unlike all the cities, has its issues.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
They've added some ordinances there to curb the homeless situation that seems to be effective. I don't really know what all they've done, but
Here's
I've
my
noticed an
question about
impact.
that. Do you think that's like a... Because I know a lot of people from California fled out that way.
They did.
Did they bring that with them, or was that already there?
It's already there.
Was it?
The culture in Austin is very similar to Asheville. Anytime that you have these kind of artsy, Louisville, Kentucky's kind of got a similar issue, artsy kind of communities, a lot of people get attracted to that, and I think a lot of people that want to be a part of that culture, they get displaced. And in Austin also, there's a lot of artsy being music. There's a lot of people with dreams about being musicians, and they take hard breaks. I think that the pandemic displaced a lot of folks. A lot of folks lost jobs, lost homes.
Yeah.
There's so many contributing factors. It's not like one thing. The easy things to say is they're, mentally ill or addicted to drugs, which is 100% accurate. But there's just so many things on top of that
Yeah.
just magnified that.
It's like a confluence of factors.
Yeah,
It's definitely a multifaceted issue.
it's not an easy problem to solve either.
Did that come through?
It's my service. Hold on a second. Let me do something. Let me try to do the service thing.
It asked me to share the password, and I did, but it
Well,
didn't.
let me try it again. I probably didn't bring up the
try it again.
thing here. Let me try to connect it. Then it'll. Let's see.
Sorry,
Wait
everybody.
a minute. Hit the wrong one. Technical difficulty.
little technical.
Okay, sharing the password with
See if it
Jimmy.
works now. We're close. So the magic. There we go. Magic of the
Sweet.
Apple
AirDrop.
ecosystem.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm never
Perfect,
coming
thank you.
over. I'll die on this hill. I'll die
Come
on this
man.
Android
Just
hill.
join everybody in the future already.
Standing strong.
What's that?
So you mentioned you were in Austin. I know you had mentioned I'd posted something about that SpaceX launch.
Yep.
That's one thing I wanted to talk about. How incredible is that?
It was such a success, despite what people say.
Oh, my
it blew
God.
up. A 40-story building
Yeah,
took off,
exactly.
and it cleared the launch tower. Didn't explode on the ground.
Yeah.
And when things start going wonky as it's moving forward and it was tilting a little bit and leaning, you've got a couple options. You detonate it intentionally, or you turn it into a missile headed back towards wherever it wants to go.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It was so frustrating for me to see those news headlines.
look,
Noah, can you pull can you look up SpaceX's YouTube page and pull up that launch?
absolutely. It was like, so my buddy, he drove down to see the launch.
Yeah.
He lives in Austin and drove all the way down, like 5-hour drive, whatever it is, to go see it. And they canceled it due to weather. So he had to come home. His wife had to go down for business, and she actually got to see
Really
the
on?
launch.
Yeah, they delayed it. Like
Wow.
I think it was supposed to be on Monday, and they delayed it till Thursday.
Right.
It was super cool, though. But I'm fascinated, as I have been. Here we go.
Go to the let's see. Scroll down just a little bit.
This thing is such a monster.
Let's see. Go to their actual page if you can. scroll up a little bit. Go there. Yes, click on that. Oh, we are on that. Never mind. Do the lives. I always forget that there's a live tab.
Yeah,
Right
live
there
is
it
separate.
And it's about an hour long, but you can scroll until literally like the last like 10, 15 minutes of it or so.
The thing that's different about a
About
verbal
right here. About right there.
It's an ad.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, just mute it. Just mute the.
just mute it.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go.
So we're queuing that up. Just everybody's heard me say this a million times. Our local connection to everything space related is so huge. It's
Dude, it is.
so much a part of our community. I grew up such a nerd. I mean, I watched everything space related. I went to space camp in Houston, went to space camp in Tupelo, Mississippi. I went to space camp at Cape Canaveral when I was a kid. I mean, went to all of them and absolutely loved it.
They sponsored us to go, all of the fourth grade, to go to space camp when we were
Really?
fourth grade. And Miss Rhonda Phillips's
Yeah,
science class.
yeah.
Shout out Rhonda, I love her.
That's
Man, she is
awesome.
murdering it at real estate right now. But anyway,
Good for her.
Good.
No, they sponsored us to all of us to go down there, and that was one of the most memorable things.
It leaves a
in
mark,
Huntsville,
doesn't it?
Alabama. Yeah, that was one of the most memorable things I can say I've did with my childhood. It's crazy. It's funny how little things like that stick in your brain. You know?
Oh, it's inspiring, sometimes makes me reconsider my life choices.
Yeah, exactly. Me too, bro. So,
But it's all good.
I'm a total nerd on this stuff too, and people don't understand like what Elon Musk and SpaceX are trying to do is literally the holy grail of engineering, basically rocketry,
Yeah.
at least
Yeah.
rocket engineering. They are attempting to create a fully reusable rocket.
Yeah.
So this particular one, Starship, is a 2-stage rocket. It is a giant booster with 33, I believe it is, Raptor engines, which I think a Falcon 9 has nine? I think
Yeah.
that's the reason they
Yeah.
call it a Falcon 9.
Wow.
And so we're talking about scaling things up immensely.
Orders of magnitude.
Orders of magnitude.
Wow.
Yes.
It's like the Big Bertha of SDs in real
Yeah.
rockets.
Yeah, exactly. So, about right here. Let's play it and unmute it. Because I want people to understand what you're looking at here. So
Excited to keep going. Like John
So
said,
they
we should
delayed
know
it a few
shortly
minutes, right at
if we
40
are able to
seconds.
continue. But as we mentioned before, we are
That
able
is
to hold up
at the
to
top,
15 minutes and still be
the
able to
black
lift
part of
off
this rocket,
today.
that is actually
Yeah,
Starship.
on Falcon 9,
Wow.
it's a little
The
bit different.
bottom
Once
part
we
that
start
appears white
propelling
is
and
only white
loading,
because
we
they've
pretty much have
loaded
to
it with
go
propellant,
at
and
the
it literally
targeted
is
time.
freezing.
Otherwise, the propellants
It's a stainless
can warm
steel
up, and we may not have
booster.
the performance for that particular mission
And
profile.
like Jimmy said,
it's a little bit
stacked
different
together,
on
there's
Starship.
40
If I
stories
can
tall.
interrupt,
Yeah.
it looks like they're clearing all the flags, and we're
I
going to
believe they
release
said it was
at T
9
minus 40
meters
seconds.
in diameter,
Wow.
That is
which is
amazing
roughly
news.
Amazing.
what, 24
Team working quickly
feet? Is that
through their
right?
issues on
9
first
meters?
and second stages.
No, that'd be
27.
27
I'm sure
feet.
all of the rehearsals and simulations that they've been doing have prepared them to
And
evaluate
you should
the
know
data
this,
quickly.
that Elon Musk
to try
made
to
it
get us
crystal
in for
clear
today's
before
launch
this that if it clears the launch pad and does
For those
not
of you just
destroy the
joining, we
launch
have
pad,
a
anything
brief
beyond
hold
that
at
is
the
a
T
success.
minus 40 second mark. The team is resolving one issue with the bleed purge.
So
on
you
the
see them
stage two
hear them
Raptors.
going crazy.
Yeah.
Like John just said, the teams are quickly working that, and it looks like the flags are being cleared as we speak. So
You
we
can
should
fast
be able
forward
to
it just
resume
like
the
a few
launch
seconds
countdown
now if you want to,
any
just a
moment
few
now.
seconds.
And it's worth noting on Starship
back
that
to
what
the- Look at this. We just launched from the building. That is a
Booster upper chamber pressure is nominal.
T-plus 43 seconds into the test flight of the inaugural Starship vehicle. Tower cleared, we're into pitch over. Propulsion
It's only
reports
lasted
first
about a
stage
minute,
engines
50
nominal.
minutes, or
What a
a minute,
sight from the
50
ground
minutes.
cameras at Starbase.
Nominal,
We're flying at twice the thrust of the Saturn V heading to space.
So the Saturn V is the rocket that took us to the moon.
Oppositional signal, surface 50.
We're twice that. In thrust power.
We're throttled down and throttled back up. Going through the period of
So the other reason
maximum
this is
aerodynamic pressure.
Is this is the rocket that will eventually take us to Mars, but also, more importantly, a variation of it.
As the
will be-
velocity
is what will
increases,
land
the
us
density of
back
the
on
atmosphere
moon.
is decreasing,
Max Q.
lessening stress on the vehicle. The call out, max Q
So you can see
now.
they lost a few engines on the way.
Continuing to watch the first stage as we head downrange.
So this is about the time everything goes awry.
Gets it off there.
Somewhere right here, it's supposed to separate.
100 seconds
and
into
it does
flight.
not separate.
Our next major activity is going to be
Acquisition
shutdown
signal, Houston.
of the first stage. The Houston tracking station now acquiring the vehicle. With shutdown, we will get separation of Starship from Super Heavy and ignition of the Starship engines.
So right here in a
When
second, you
Starship
get a view
separates, we light up 6
of where
engines
it's
in a
supposed to
staggered
separate.
sequence.
So these are
And if all goes well, those
what it's
6
going to show
engines
here in
will
a second are
burn
actually
for
the
almost
engines
6.5
on the second
minutes.
stage. So there's a
Onboard view from Starship.
But right there,
And
that's
there's
your second
views of
stage.
the Raptor engines on
Somewhere
the
right
second
about now,
stage
it was supposed to separate.
as we prepare for
It did.
stage separation. Now, after stage separation, the first stage will flip and begin a boost back maneuver for landing in the Gulf.
And so this flip is supposed to be only the booster itself.
Right.
So the booster is supposed to flip and then come back and land just like the boosters on the Falcon 9 do. But
Continuing to fly,
We have a
2
little
minutes 40
anomaly
seconds.
in
Let's
flight.
get ready for main engine cutoff.
they call that, it's not nominal.
Yeah.
Booster engine cut off.
Yeah, that's what we
Beginning the
got.
flip for stage separation.
The most important thing I want you to note here is when they do blow this thing up, which they call a RUD, a rapid unscheduled disassembly, which is kind of a tongue-in-cheek rocketry term for it blew the hell up.
Yeah.
I want you to listen. There's no disappointment here.
No.
I want you to listen to them go crazy.
They're like, oh man, but it's not like
Right.
devastating. They're just
No.
they're hurt, but it's not. They get
As
it.
of right now, we are awaiting stage separation, where Starship should separate from the Super Heavy booster.
Yeah.
There's when they knew it went bad.
Yeah,
Right
Kate,
here.
right now it looks like we saw the start of the flip, but obviously we're seeing from the ground cameras the
It's only a
entire
few more
Starship
seconds
stack
now.
continuing to rotate. We should have had separation by now. Obviously, this is does not appear to be a nominal situation.
Yeah, it does appear to be spinning,
Wow.
but I do want to remind everyone that everything after clearing the tower was icing on the cake.
There you go.
Boom. Blew it up.
There,
Which is the
Yeah, they sound horribly disappointed right now.
and there, as you saw,
But I want you to
as
look
we
at it.
promised,
You can
an
pause and
exciting.
take it.
Well,
So-
see, that was the right decision to make.
Yeah.
At that
Oh,
time.
sure,
It
sure.
was, but I'll tell you, that like minute of joy of watching that thing
Right.
take off.
Yeah.
And he's already sold out the first tickets. to
Oh,
the
yeah,
moon. They're
yeah.
already sold out.
Yeah.
The first commercial moon flight is already sold out.
That's
You know,
crazy.
so
And not only that, but they've got 3 more of the, like 2 or 3 more of these suckers pretty much ready to go.
Right.
if conditions are right before the end of the year,
Right.
we'll
Yeah.
see this happen.
Yep.
If conditions are
All,
right.
all I could think about was Houston, we have a problem.
Yeah. They had a problem and they blew it
did.
the hell up.
Well,
Well,
they collected 1 million points of data.
yeah.
And
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, the one thing you can't calculate for, well, is just things happen, right? And you got to think, imagine the amount of thrust that's pushing that up against the Starship, where that separation piece pretty much welds together just from pressure, right? I mean, you saw how long the thing sat on the ground with the fire burning before it generated enough lift.
Right.
come
To
up.
actually take
Right.
off. But, you know, here's
I love it.
the crazy thing about this is what you started to see directly after this. And this is a commentary on everything you see. It's not just this. And the media knows full well.
Oh,
Elon
sure.
Musk made it crystal clear that if it clears the launch tower,
Yeah. It's a success.
it's a success.
Yeah.
It cleared the launch tower past max Q, which is the point of maximum aerodynamic
Made
pressure
it
on
to
the
34 kilometers.
Yes.
34 kilometers into the atmosphere.
So that was better than they could ever.
Well, and even
have
she said
inspected.
in the commentary, remember, everything above the tower is just icing on the cake.
Exactly.
Yep.
But every article
Massive
I've
failure.
read, every article I've read is like, Starship blows up minutes after launch.
Elon
With no-
fails again.
Yeah, exactly. And if it's never been clear to you
Yep.
how media manipulates things,
Yeah.
it's that right there.
Yep.
Because that was a massive success, and every article, only for clicks and political
Yeah.
posturing, made it out to look like it was a massive failure.
I wonder how
Yep.
much money Elon made on advertising when people went to Twitter to complain about how bad of a failure it was.
Right.
He made money off
All
of every
those
complaint.
clicks.
You're probably right.
You know, so
Well, I got to
marketing.
got to interrupt just a minute.
Yeah, sure.
Jennifer Owens, thank you very much. We got a donation.
Wow, Jennifer.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That was
Thank
all. That's amazing. You're so awesome. Thank you so much. And yes, Elon Musk is doing much better than NASA.
he's kind of my hero. He's one of my heroes. There's a lot of people that have inspired me in life, and there's a video footage back of him in the 90s when he first sold X.com, and he bought a McLaren F1.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm one of 100 people to own this car."
Yep.
And that was like at that point, that was his bar. And I really loved the joy of this guy who was super successful at an early age, and he wanted to buy a fast car. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know you understand.
I can
that.
so relate to that.
And now he's buying social media platforms just
Right.
because
That's
he
right.
thinks it's
And
the
he's
right
gonna-
thing.
Yeah, and he's going to send rockets to Mars eventually. And and I always related his story. Has been very inspirational for a long time, and we've got such neat figures in our lifetime. I mean, we've grown up with and this is arguable, but we've had our own Michelangelos, our own Da Vinci's in our
Yeah.
lifetime. Whether it's
We
Steve
have.
Jobs, I mean, Steve Jobs was a great man. He may not have been a good man, but he was a great man. And then we've got Elon Musk. I mean, there's just so many people who are like. Some people say they want to change the world, and some people do.
Yep. Yep.
And it's just we're living in exciting times.
That's exactly what inspires me about Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Is he has a vision, and nothing in front of him can stop him
No.
getting there.
And he'll go bankrupt
And granted-
just do it over again.
Yeah, he's the richest man in the world, so he's got plenty of resource. But also at the same time, it takes an inspirational figure behind all that,
Sure.
to make something like that happen.
Warren Buffett's not doing this.
No.
No. Bill Gates, while he's doing a lot of great things now at this point in his life, he wasn't earlier, but now he's definitely being very philanthropic with his efforts. But he's still selling operating systems.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I don't know that might be arguable if he's being
it's definitely arguable.
philanthropic.
Like I said, it's all arguable.
Yeah.
Gates is
He reminds me more of a Bond villain, I think, than a philanthropist at this point.
a lot of Bond villains, I think, mask their efforts with
Yeah,
a lot of philanthropic efforts for sure.
What is Bezos doing nowadays?
He is
Amazon, man.
on a yacht
Yep.
with a very hot young woman, living his best life. And
I've not heard a lot
you know what?
about him in recent
Good for
times.
him.
Good for
He
him.
went off the radar once he stepped down from CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Once Amazon started coming under a lot of scrutiny, he's like, "Hey, now's a good time for me to bow out."
Disappear. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would also say, business takes a toll on you.
Yeah.
And I believe that break is a wise move and to step away. I think we'll see him again. I don't know what's
yeah,
next.
for sure.
He might be funding SpaceX for all we know.
He
He was
may be.
competing for a while, and they were
His
competing.
Rockets were
Right?
ridiculous.
They're
dude.
Yeah, they
competing.
kind of looked like a giant wiener.
They
Yeah.
were giant.
Well, you know, but then that effort kind of quieted. So I'm wondering, like, well, did he decide instead of don't beat him, join him? And I don't have
Yeah.
any confirmation of that. That's
That's a
personal
good question.
theories. But yeah, you're right though. Amazon, old Jeff is kind of
Bowed out.
Chill.
He bowed out, man. Boy, he got jacked though.
Yeah.
He
did.
got absolutely
He
jacked.
did. He did.
Well, before y'all got here, I announced on the air the sprucepinehub.com.
Oh yeah.
So, Jimmy, I've not told you about this.
No, I'd
so
love, tell me more.
I
I'm here to learn.
purchased the domain sprucepinehub.com,
Okay.
and it is going to be a hub where all the information about this area is going to be categorized. So, accommodations, so stay, eat, shop, medical facilities, education, all that is going to be categorized.
Sweet.
And community services, legal services, like all of it.
Sure.
And it'll be just a central hub for people to find resources and information about spruce pine.
That's a
we
value.
don't have. We
really
have
don't. And the efforts that do something similar are disjointed, disconnected at this point. You know, that's not unusual for smaller towns, but it is a benefit if somebody comes to town. And you know, when I travel, I might use Yelp or Open Table, whatever, to find a restaurant, and it's hard to find resources anywhere. And I can only imagine folks who are not from here, because the county's so spread out.
Yep.
You know, people here is like, Roll Mountain's awesome. Well, how do I get there? That's easy for us because we drive in our sleep. But somebody who's not from here, it's a little more challenging. So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Historical sites would be cool too.
Yeah. Well, that's funny in the chat. Yes, Michael Hardy, to answer your question. Museums too. So it's going to be stay, eat, shop, professional services, visitor center, home and gardens guide, sports and recreation, community guide, medical resources, arts and entertainment, family, healthy living, activities, education and learning, and live. So that's going to be the categories, and museums would fall under education and learning.
Did you say live? LIV?
Yeah. As in
what's going on right now? Who's playing live right now? The Moon Dust, the City, the Beer Dock, the wherever. That's brilliant.
Yep.
Apple Orchard.
Yep. So hopefully that will be live. Right now I'm making a master list of everything I can find. And I'll probably need help, so I may be reaching out, like asking questions and getting input.
Sure.
Because I don't know all this area has to offer myself. Man, I'm learning stuff every day on this podcast.
Well, and that was really the genesis of it.
It really
Me and
was.
You sit here all the time and listen to this stuff, and it's like, I've never heard of this before.
Yep.
I know, right.
How have I never heard of this before?
It's just like the lady with the reptile food.
Yeah.
Right? That just vaporized, like poof, I'm here.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
first you've got all these, I hope they're not in here, but snakes around. And all of a sudden there's a source to get, most things you need. So now you don't have to do that, man. You keep the snake somewhere else. I hope there's not something going on at my expense here.
There is a snake in the kitchen, but it's a non-venomous snake, and it's soaking in a tub because it's in shed and needs some help. It's one of the pythons.
Oh, really?
The water snakes have been out like mad down at the lakes, warmed up. They're all over the place. It's weird. They're really like just chilling. They're not moving very much. It gets a little too cold.
Yeah.
It's that time of year. Does
Like a
anybody see
little
rattlesnakes in the wild in Mitchell County anymore?
Yes, I have twice.
Okay.
I've seen one.
It's been a
seen one
long
about
time.
5 years ago.
Yep.
Last time I saw one was probably early 2000s out Deer Park. We had them a lot growing up. Saw them all the time.
Yeah.
Copperheads are still fairly prevalent around.
I've definitely seen more of those fishing and all that stuff. You find them down by the river and all that stuff. Got to be really careful where you're stepping. But yeah, like I think I only had once for a rattlesnake.
Yeah, I've seen two in the wild.
They used to be all over Charlie Woody Mountain, backside of the chalk, and the blasting kind of pushed them out for a while. I had heard.
Yeah.
But they're back.
They are, and if you encounter one, call me. I'll come get it. No, seriously, I'll come in and remove it and go release it somewhere safe. I have the tools and everything necessary. You don't have to kill a snake. If you see one and you're freaked out, you can get a hold of me, and I will absolutely come and get it and relocate it somewhere far away from your house where it doesn't have to be killed.
Sweet.
I love my nope noodles.
Hey, I hear you.
They're such an important part of our ecosystem.
No, I agree. I just need them far away from me.
And they get such a bad rap, man. Like
they do. I've never messed with them, but
they really do.
They bother me out, but I just leave them alone.
Like I was telling Noah before everybody got here and we started, like if you were to get bit by a copper, like if I were to get bit by a copperhead right now, like worst case scenario is it would swell up and hurt for a while. I'd go to the ER, they'd pump me full of crowfab, and in a day or two it would be back to normal.
Yeah.
Like that's it. That's literally all that would happen. But people think if you get bit by a copperhead, you're going to die.
Sure. More people are bit trying to kill snakes.
Yes.
They get bit more often trying to kill them.
100%.
Just leave them alone. They don't want anything
They
to do
want
with you either.
nothing to do with us. Right. No.
We got on the wildlife topic, we got a big bobcat running around Swiss Pine Lake right now.
That's awesome.
Really?
Yeah, he's been caught on security cameras a couple times. And when I say for a bobcat, he's large and in charge.
That's awesome.
He's a good sized animal. The coyotes have been running around too. They've been coming down.
I
the
hear them
mountain.
on Dale
I
Road
hear 'em
all the time during the summer.
Those are less awesome. I'm not a huge fan of coyotes.
Not either. Not
Boy,
either.
they are smart though.
Oh yeah, they
They
are.
are intelligent as they can be. It is crazy. Dale Road is like a wildlife safari. I'm telling you right now. Every time I go up
Little
and down through
Africa.
Are we
there, dude,
talking
I am
about
telling you,
residents or wildlife?
both.
Gotcha. Love Del Road people. It's an inside joke. I got friends out there, so
No, but it seems like every time I drive up through there, I almost hit a deer, a turkey. I hear the coyotes. I've seen the coyotes before, actually. When I was leaving Laura's mom's house one night, kind of, it's in the evening, later in the evening.
Where is Laura? She's supposed to come tonight.
I know. She's going to hang out with moms tonight.
I got you.
Yeah. She's probably watching, though.
Hello, Laura, if you're watching.
Yep. But yeah, that place, it's crazy. It's wild how, it seems like there's certain parts like you go to that you always see something.
Yeah.
Always.
yeah.
And boy, the deer are rampant the last couple of years.
Oh, dude.
I don't know if it's because of
much.
COVID and they're like those hunting seasons were just not as, whatever.
I
but
wasn't sure
they
where
are
you were going to go with that.
They are. Deer population's
Yeah.
huge right now.
Oh yeah, apparently all of them had COVID.
Dale Road's an enigma of a road because you just turn out it and it's unsuspecting, and then you can go off Doula Road, you can go all the way to the Parkway. It's just got a kind of a neat way about it. It's
Yeah.
interesting.
I think that's its own like community.
It really is.
for sure.
It really is.
For sure.
Famous baseball legend used to live out there.
Yeah.
Gaylord
Perry. Yeah, I worked on that house, actually.
Yeah.
May he rest in peace.
Yeah. That's interesting. Fun stuff.
I mean, there was not to derail too much, there was a really big guitar YouTuber passed away today. I was pretty sad to hear about. His name was, his channel was China Guitar Skeptic. And what he did was he bought all these like fake counterfeit Gibsons and Martins from China and imported them in and just did like reviews on them. And,
I think I saw those one time. Like,
just
was this,
trashed them, for what they are. Some of them were actually fairly good guitars.
yeah, he found
but-
one like $89 guitar on Amazon one time. He's like, I actually really like this.
Yeah. So yeah, he passed away today of Lou Gehrig's disease.
Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah,
man.
it was sad. He was it was quick too. He was diagnosed last year. Just like boom, he went downhill super fast.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, China Guitar Skeptic was a great channel. I loved watching his stuff. I loved watching him take the Gibsons and rip them apart.
Yeah. There's
Cool.
so many of those like cool like niche YouTube channels that people do.
Yeah.
I'm subscribed to a bunch of those. I like stuff like that.
I am too.
It's very specific things, but man, if you're into it, that's the most entertaining stuff in the world. Mm-hmm. It's crazy.
Yeah, I watch probably 90% of what I watch is YouTube, and the other 10% is just South Park on in the background for noise.
Yeah.
My wind down hour at the end of the night is turning on YouTube and watching weird stories, theories about Star Wars or whatnot. And then I'll be watching 80s videos to remember, were they as bad as I think they were? Much worse. I've been watching a lot of Kiss videos from the 80s.
Yeah.
They wore a lot of pink and a lot of glitter.
I saw a video today where what was the guitar player from Kiss?
Bruce Kulick,
Ace Frehley.
Ace Frehley,
I think it was Ace Frehley actually.
Vinnie Vincent.
He got
Yeah, Vinnie Vincent.
there was some pyrotechnics that went off behind him and his hair caught
that
on
was Ace Frehley.
Yeah, was
That
it?
was Ace Frehley.
Well, so what you're referring to, I think, is actually a Kiss tribute band. It was Paul Stanley, but it wasn't Paul Stanley.
That's
It
right.
was-
But he kept playing. They put his hair
Yes.
on fire. Is it that one?
Yeah,
But wasn't Paul Stanley No.
That was a Kiss tribute band?
Yeah,
I
that
thought
was-
it was Paul Stanley.
that was a Kiss.
I know what you're
tribute
talking
band.
about now.
Yeah.
That was
Really?
Paul Stanley.
Yep.
He was singing. His hair catches on fire and he keeps playing.
Yeah.
Kudos to that guy, man.
Yeah.
He didn't lose a beat. Whoever
Yeah.
that is.
I really
Kudos to
thought it
him.
was Paul Stanley.
It's not. No, that's a and the reason I know this is because I commented on it. Very cheeky of me. I said, well, of course he had to keep playing because if he had quit playing and the song kept going, it would have looked weird because they use tracks for their vocals.
Gotcha.
Paul Stanley's
Gotcha.
notorious for using vocal tracks for
Sure.
his. And I was like, yeah, of course he had to keep singing because if he had quit singing and his vocals kept going, it would have looked weird. And someone very quickly corrected me and said, no, that was a live performance. It was a It was an actual Kiss tribute band. I forgot their name, but they told me their name.
I need to find out if they're for hire because they were good.
Yes, they were.
They
actually.
were,
And
dude.
that guy
Insane.
did not miss
So,
one
did you ever
beat.
hear the thing about Kiss was going to carry on the brand of the band, but with new members? And at one time, Mudvayne's bass player was going to play the role of Gene Simmons.
Yes.
And
Really? Yes.
yeah, so Kiss was going to keep the Kiss because they were all in makeup. They were going to keep the brand and the tour going. They were just going to call it Kiss 2, and they were going to replace it with all modern musicians and keep the brand alive.
Really?
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to. I do know Kiss decided to keep touring. So the original.
Well,
Kiss,
yeah. There's way too much money out there for them not to tour.
man, it's like they're like a real life Spinal Tap.
They are.
Drummers and guitar players and whatnot.
I saw somebody post in a
Hello, Miss Laura.
in a
Love you, dear.
it was a Guitar Center shit posting group that I'm in, and someone said that Kiss was the first black metal band. I just died.
Again, at the time, back like Dungeons and Dragons, but Black Sabbath was a lot darker.
They were. I think they were just referring to like the face
Yeah, the face paint and all that. Yeah, they were though, for sure. For sure. Funny stuff.
Because all the black metal bands do that now.
You know, I can say all the stuff about Kiss, but I, in truth, have a lick it up sticker on my back window of my truck.
You
in
do.
real life, and
You do.
It is there with pride. There's a story behind it, but it's sadly it's reflective of my personality.
There's so many bands though that I respect their contribution to music,
Yes.
but I don't necessarily like their music.
Kiss is one of those bands for me.
Beatles is there for me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
First and foremost.
Beatles is very much that for me too.
And I just don't get it. I mean, it's not that I don't respect it, and I've tried. I literally own all their records, like all their vinyl. I've tried. Now, Beach Boys, love the Beach Boys. To me, that was like the first alt rock punk band.
Yeah,
to me,
think so.
For me. Now, more Dick Dale and the Deltones, though. If I really want to get down, I love Dick Dale. But you know, there's like U2. I like some of their songs, but they wore on me after the early '80s stuff. I like. Then later on, they kind of they just, I don't know, kind of. Henry Rollins has a couple of good statements about the band U2 that I agree wholeheartedly with. So
Yeah,
if you want to
yeah.
YouTube Henry Rollins and U2, brace
I'm
yourself.
sure he
if you're
has
a
some
fan.
very strong opinions.
Henry Rollins has
He
some
does.
very awesome opinions just in general, I think. I agree with not everything he says, but a lot of what he says. I agree with his sentiments.
His book, Black Coffee Blues from '92, which was a collection of fan letters that he had received from fans over the years.
That's cool.
And then his responses to them. Let me tell you what, he has some unique, words chosen carefully, fans.
Oh, I'm sure.
Unique fans.
I'm sure.
And it's a very raw book, but it's very good. Very good.
Man, there's one artist who keeps popping up on my YouTube feed. And I don't know why, because I don't listen to punk music at all. The closest I get to punk is like London's Calling. You know, maybe
Clash.
I hear
the
you.
Clash,
I hear you.
maybe the Cars, if you could even classify them as
Early
that.
Cars for sure.
Yeah,
for
that's
sure.
as close as I get. But
They were
Gigi
punk
Allen.
to pop music. They were the punk music of
Yeah.
pop.
That's true.
Gigi Allen keeps popping up on my YouTube.
God.
And I'm like, why? I want nothing to do with that abomination of a man.
Now, I'll take Iggy Pop. I listen to Iggy Pop all the time. Love Iggy Pop, but I've never the Gigi Allen thing. And I love a lot of punk. I love a lot of 80s punk for sure. A lot of British punk I was really into. Still into a lot of British music. But
I went through a huge Clash phase. I was
Yeah.
a big Clash
Yeah.
fan. Absolutely. I listened to everything they did for the longest time.
there's really not much. There's things that are similar, but nothing like it.
Yeah.
And their catalog's diverse.
Yes, it is.
You know, people think the Clash, they think Rock the Casbah, and that's it.
Yeah. No, it's much more than that
It
for
is.
sure. AC/DC's always been my favorite band though. And what a lot of people don't understand is that
Really?
that came out of the punk scene. Yeah.
AC/DC.
Yeah, brother.
That's your favorite band.
That's my favorite.
That blows my. I would have never guessed that in a million years.
Bon
Dude,
Scott,
I don't
Brian
know
Johnson.
Both.
Both.
But Bon
Understood.
Scott. Bon Scott for sure.
Dude, Jailbreak's a great tune.
why. Yeah.
Oh my God. Here's what you have to appreciate about AC/DC is it's just so simple,
Very
It
much
just
so, yeah.
rocks your socks off. I love that kind of stuff.
And Phil Rudd actually lived one of the songs. Their drummer, Dirty D's Done Dirt Cheap, he
Yeah.
tried to hire someone to kill his wife.
He did.
He did.
I was in a cowboy metal band. We had a song called "The Wonderful Misadventures of Phil Rudd."
Oh my God.
Seriously, it was
That's
awesome.
brilliant.
Yeah,
Oh my
it
Lord.
was awesome.
You've blown my mind. I would have never guessed in a million
Really?
years that AC/DC was your favorite band.
Oh
No,
my God,
Never would
yeah.
have.
Yeah.
What's some of our for the live viewers? Just post your favorite band
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
Live viewers, let's get some interaction going here.
What is your favorite band? Obviously, mine's Ghost.
Yeah.
It is.
Has it always been? It hadn't been.
No. Right now, it's Ghost. Previously, I wouldn't really say I had a favorite band until I got into Ghost.
Really?
Yeah, it was like I'll go through phases where I will do like genres. Like before Ghost, it was new metal to like 2000s alternative, somewhere in there.
According to Apple, my playlist most played songs, Primus is my favorite band, followed by Jane's Addiction and Justin Bieber.
There you go. Justin Bieber.
Yeah, I like a lot of
Hey, look.
Don Broco, DJ Khaled, Bastille, Van Halen,
I like Bastille.
Fetty Wap, Genesis, The Cranberries, Ghost, Motley Crue, and Stone Temple Pilots. That's what. Just reading down the list. So you can tell I listen to everything.
Where do you go to find that? That's interesting.
There's a replay playlist. There's that one's 19. So if you go to your playlist, they it does at the end of the year, and I've done it every year. If it doesn't show automatically, you I think I had to initially go to, like you have to go to iCloud or something. But if you just Google a replay Apple Music, there's a step to go to because it actually takes you out of the music app, goes to iCloud.com. It's kind of wonky, but I built that replay a couple years ago, and I actually like that. My most played song though is "John the Fisherman" by Primus. Is my most played song,
Wow, really?
which doesn't surprise me.
So let's see.
I listen to Primus. all the
Verdict,
time.
which is Noah, says Sleeping with Sirens is his favorite
I'm
band.
not familiar with them.
I've listened to him a little bit. Meg Hall says Fleetwood Mac and ESTP, love both of them. Jennifer Owens says Coheed and Cambria. I love
Wow,
Coheed
I've not
and
listened to them
Cambria.
forever. Good
Yeah,
choice.
I like Coheed and
I
Cambria.
miss them.
I do too.
Yep. Megan says newer ones of Zach Bryan.
And Tyler.
And Tyler Childers.
Tyler Childers.
Tyler Childers is extremely talented. I think he's quite underrated.
I recently was approached to play bass in a Tyler Childers cover band.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
And I had to let me do some
yeah,
research.
That's
Right.
interesting.
I know my name's Jimmy Henshaw and I talk like this, but
Jimmy Henshaw and Tyler Childers.
I'm unfamiliar. I've listened to Sturgill Simpson. I've listened to the Billy Scruggs, a lot of that stuff. I wasn't familiar with the Tyler Childers until lately. So
Yeah. He's really, what's that famous song? The See me out tonight, tearing up the prom.
Yeah, we're demonetized now. No, I'm just kidding.
Copyright
strike.
No, actually, that's a song he did with Town Mountain,
Is it?
the band from Asheville.
Oh yeah.
They
Yeah, that's
played
right.
at the-
That's right. At the,
That's cool.
That's how I
festival
knew.
last
I
year.
kind of got
At
on
the Halloween thing.
I can't remember. I think I was into Town Mountain before I got into Tyler Childers, but they did a song.
Yeah.
Actually, at Red Rocks.
Yeah.
They, Town Mountain played Red Rocks, and Tyler Childers was there, and they invited him up and on a guest spot and did a song that they had recorded together.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, listeners, one more question. Favorite song? Go. Favorite song today.
Favorite
It doesn't have to be of
song
all
today.
time. Just top of your mind today. Favorite song.
What's yours, Jimmy?
Mine is a T-shirt song by the band Don Broco. Shameless plug.
Nice.
They're an English band, pop rock band over there. The song is just one of those rock anthem songs.
Right.
It's just really about just listening to loud music and swinging your T-shirt in circles around your head. Simple principle.
I like that.
But, you know, when you're looking at contracts all day long, you're like, I just need to go jam out. And that's what I was listening to on the way over here. So that's my favorite song.
There you
today.
go.
All right, Chase, yours.
Yeah, Chase, go.
I'm going to do my favorite song right now because I got a lot of favorite songs. My favorite song right now, and actually, I just did this, believe it or not, in another thing I'm a part of today, actually. Good News by Mac Miller.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Nice.
Great tune.
Love that
Great
song.
tune.
Nice.
What I love about that song is it's such simple songwriting that the lyrics have to like speak for themselves and identify with the lyrics.
I
too.
hear you. I hear
when
you.
he's like, maybe I'll just lay for a minute. Oh, I love that because
Yeah,
it's
I
like
get
I'm
it.
so tired.
I
Like
get
I identify with that. My whole 20s was nothing but just being like,
there's a
God,
Jelly
maybe I'll
Roll.
lay down for a second.
There's a Jelly Roll song. Again, I had no idea who he was till last
Yes.
week. And I saw the video sitting at a bar, and it's like a storytelling thing. I can't remember the name of it, but it's freaking great lyrically.
Yep.
I was like, I get this. Did somebody post a song?
Yeah, so let's see. Jen Owen says "Forget Me" by Louis Capaldi.
Not familiar.
Not
I'll check
familiar with that
out.
either.
Me either.
Megan Hall says all time Hank Williams, "I'm So Lonesome I Could Cry."
Oh,
That's a beautiful
heck
That's a
yeah.
song.
great
Oh gosh,
one.
yeah.
Brilliant.
And Noah says, "Been stuck in my head all week. Favorite song is "Let It All Burn" by
Fable.
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 Fable. Interesting. Mine is "Don't Know Why."
Who's that by? Just the songs in your head
Uh-huh.
that you've known. Don't know the artist.
No.
Oh,
yeah.
I
it's
got
a,
you. I got you.
God, her name's on the tip of my tongue.
I know what you're talking about.
Oh my gosh, Nora Jones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Love Nora
Yep,
Jones.
Nora Jones.
I have played that at more weddings besides Sinatra. I have probably played that at DJing weddings.
Oh, I'm sure.
At more song, that's probably the top played song right under.
What's that
anything
other
by
Nora
Sinatra.
Jones song that they play all the time? The super duper popular one. It's the... Yeah, they play it a lot at weddings, too.
It's in my head. Give me. I listened to it.
I never
You
knew
know-
my girlfriend's favorite band was the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
As it should.
I mean,
be.
it makes total sense, but I
As
don't
it
know that
should
I've ever
be.
asked her that question.
There's three very distinct, well, kind of four now, but three distinct
Come Away
lives.
With Me is the other.
That's
Come
it.
away with me.
There's three distinct lives of the Chili Peppers. There's the 80s, like, uplift party mofo, the punk Chili Peppers. Then there's the 90s, Give It Away, Under the Bridge Chili Peppers.
Yep.
Then there's the 2000s, Californication Chili Peppers. And now they're whatever they're doing now. With
Yeah, they've been
mixed
through a couple
reviews.
of distinct... Did you ever see Anthony Kiedis on Rogan?
I did.
Yes.
I did.
So
I did.
not what I expected.
No.
I told Laura this. I was like, you got to go watch that because he is not the guy that I expected him to be.
What's funny, if you go back and watch...
I mean, he was cool. Don't get me wrong. Just not the...
Watch interviews from the 80s. He's not the guy he expected himself to be.
Right. Right.
He was made into this giant like sex symbol and stuff, kind of.
Yeah.
I think too.
He
you know?
was. Well, heroin takes its toll on people.
Right.
So I've
Changed them.
I've seen them twice. The first time was with the most bizarre opening act I could possibly imagine with them. It was Snoop Dogg.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Wow.
it was
Okay.
such an interesting choice to tour with the Chili Peppers, but it was freaking amazing.
That's awesome.
Everybody
sounds
there
great.
was super high.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a Snoop Dogg show.
Yeah.
And a Red Hot Chili Peppers show. They're in my top 10 favorite bands of
Yeah.
all time. The Chili Peppers are, especially Blood Sugar Sex Magic era. Oh man.
Snoop Dogg's done a lot of songs, but my favorite thing that Snoop Dogg's ever done is just the start of this Dre song. Where he's like la da 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 dee.
Yeah.
That, like out of everything he did, that's my favorite of. And it don't have to be the song because that's been so used so many times
Yep.
over and over. Brilliant. I think he gets paid up 50 grand for a lot of da da dee.
He was at WrestleMania. Believe it, he was like one of the hosts of WrestleMania this year. Snoop? Yeah, along with the Miz from remember the Miz from the Real World or Road Rules, whatever.
Road
that
Rules,
was.
yeah. You know, we could get
That is
if we
incredible.
get enough donations, Snoop Dogg will do four bars on the podcast for $100,000. So, just putting that out there. If we get enough donations, Snoop Dogg 4 bars, all about the Hollercast. Hollercastizzle, shizzle.
Oh my
nizzle.
gosh! Could you? I need
Holla
to do
shizzle.
that because he's in that. What is that? That service or that company where you pay them like $200 or $300 to
Yeah,
send you a
and then
private
Cameo.
message.
Cameo.
He's on Cameo. I should just get a Cameo of him to do
Just-
something for Hollercast.
We really should. Honestly, that should be
That's
the
money
marketing
well
campaign
spent,
because
yeah.
you can use that stuff for that.
Yeah.
Depending on what you do. So, just don't do Vince Neil because his cameos are just sad.
Oh man,
Because
he's
he's usually
sad.
hammered.
I feel. Oh, it's so bad.
The worst was what guys like his wife got Vince Neil to give her husband a cameo for happy birthday. He's like, "Hey, happy birthday, Billy." He's like, "My name's Stan." You know?
You know what you can do though?
What can I do?
You should get the Halo announcer to do stuff for the Hollercast. He's on Cameo as well. The
Oh, that's
announcer-
cool. Like the guy.
Yeah, the guy that does like double kill, triple kill. That guy's on Cameo.
I want to get that guy that does all the movies.
In a world before time began,
right, exactly.
a
That's what I mean.
road called out the pass.
They're coming for me. They want my Altapass.
Once there was a road called Mine Creek.
That sounded more like Reaper from Overwatch.
At the end of Mine Creek was a guardrail that could not stay still.
Oh my God, boy, that guardrail. I have seen that. Okay, have you ever watched like 11foot7bridge.com?
Yes.
You ever heard of that?
I know. It's in Raleigh.
Yes, it's this bridge in Raleigh that somebody that lives in an apartment like adjacent to it has trained a camera on, and they film all these truckers like tuna cannon
against it.
Oh, and it's like one a day, dude. It's like the most like notorious bridge in the world. And I've told people that they should do that. I told somebody that the other night. I was
Maybe
at
I'll
work
do that.
the other day.
I have some cameras. I have
They
some
should sit there
technology.
with that guardrail and put a camera on it and make it a thing.
All right, challenge.
Yeah.
Challenge me, audience. Should I put a camera out there at the guardrail?
Absolutely, you should.
Post your
Definitely would.
feedback. I'll figure it
Absolutely.
out. I'll figure it out. So my question is this: that bridge in that shape has been there ever since I've been driving. I don't know about before, but so
Yeah.
at least since
Yeah.
1989, that bridge has been in that shape. Why now can no one make the turn? I mean, for
I don't understand.
30 years, everybody can make the turn. But for the past 2 years, no one can make the damn turn.
They're paying attention. The GPS says turn right before.
Why is it
You
a
actually-
problem? How does it come out there and it's like, oh my God, the guardrail's been hit again? Like, again, since when? I need to know the history of like.
It's a daily thing.
It's such a trope.
It's a daily
I'm telling you, this is a business idea. Somebody needs to take us on this. Go
Do you know how you
put a
fix this
camera on
problem?
it.
You know how you fix this problem? You know when you're heading down Marion Mountain, Cox's Creek, there's the pull off with the sign for the truckers.
right.
So at Dollar General in Buladine, you make a pull off with the sign the road ahead, and there's the challenge. And any truck driver who makes it around this curve without hitting the guardrail gets $10 gift certificate to Bonnie and Clyde's.
That's the truth.
And if you make it a challenge, like, or it's like, be the first truck driver. Don't give anything away. It's like, see if you can be the first one to not hit the guardrail. They post signs, 1 mile to the guardrail, half a mile. It's right around this curve, dude. Plan ahead.
At least they'll try.
Choose your turns carefully.
At least they'll try. That's a great
Make
question.
it a challenge.
That is a great question. I have no idea when that started to be so difficult. Because
So, for anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, it's the bridge at the end of Mine Creek, right where Loafer's Glory is, and
Yep.
Bonnie and Clyde's right there. There is a guardrail there that literally gets taken out once a week, at minimum.
dude,
once a week.
yeah, for a while it was like every single day. Every single day.
Which, by the way, the community now is just Glory because the word loafers fell off the building there. Off the
It's just glory.
So please fix the Loafers Glory sign because I love that we live near Glory. We do. But the loafers fell off. And I like the loafers. We're all cool with the loafers.
I'm great with the loafers. I like the loafers.
What was that one website you said or talked about?
Yeah, the bridge, 11.7.
Yeah.
I'm trying to look up that website.
Yeah. And Jennifer,
I think it was 11'7" bridge or something like that.
Jen Owens says, I think there needs to be a Twitter account to announce the guardrail status.
Yeah, that's the truth. Make it one of those Twitter accounts that just posts.
We better register that like now.
I'll put it on the Spruce Pine Hub.
Put a hub, yeah. Live from Mine Creek.
Just put a live webcam
Live
on it.
stream, yeah.
It's 8 o'clock. Did the guardrail survive?
I mean, we have the technology.
That would be brilliant. Yeah, it does need a Twitter account for the guardrail.
Yeah.
I see.
We need to come up with a catchy name for
11'8".
11'8" bridge. I knew I was close.
Canoper Bridge.
Can opener bridge.
Can
Yeah.
opener bridge.
That's
oh,
great.
Trucks,
Can opener.
trucks hit it and they
it. It
just
rips the top off.
rip.
Yeah.
because it's below they're above the posted clearly giant sign posted letters.
And literally, there are flashing lights. It's like it's painted in bright yellow, and there are flashing signs
Yeah.
everywhere. People still just insane.
Yeah.
There's a whole compilation of it.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
9 million views.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it's a thing.
this is a thing, man. That guardrail could be that thing.
It really could.
It can be that
So this
thing.
bridge is in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Yep.
I need to go see it the next time I'm in Raleigh.
Yep.
That'd be awesome.
I need to get my brother lives in Raleigh. I'll get him to take some video of it and be like, Ben, send me pictures of this famous bridge.
It's the specific location. I have no other questions. Just let me see the bridge.
But yeah, that's a great idea. I'm telling you right now, somebody needs to glom onto that.
Okay.
There's so many cool, good niche Twitter accounts like that too.
I wonder if any trucks have ever got stuck in the train bridge just down here, that right before you come up the road next to the fire department. There's that little narrow underpass under the train.
I don't know there, but I did see one. I actually have a picture of it on my phone. I was driving home from work one day, and at Quartz Corp, where it goes off the bank there.
Yep.
It wasn't one of their trucks, but a tractor and trailer that was coming to or going from Quartz Corp was sitting on the railroad tracks.
Wow.
In a very bad situation.
Oops.
Oh, no.
Oops. Those actually get removed very quickly sometimes.
Oh, yeah, they do. CSX might
Experience
remove
a rapid unscheduled disassembly. Hey, Rudd.
That's called a dud.
That just gave me an idea. What if whenever you crash a truck and you couldn't do anything with it, they have a self-destruct button you can whack in the truck?
That's what they need to do. Self-destruct
Oh, my Lord.
before anybody gets hurt.
What could go wrong?
Could you imagine that? Like,
Ruds for trucks.
you're driving down the road and someone doesn't like you and they're in the passenger seat and they're like, "Meh."
Poof.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe not. Maybe just
Yeah.
an eject button so you can eject your passenger.
That's
what we
not,
need.
that's what we need. That's exactly what we need.
The hell out of my car.
Goodbye.
That's just driving through Atlanta.
You are the weakest link.
Genoan says this could be the next Steve the Flag thing. Remember that during the hurricanes? Yes.
Yeah, I remember that too. And that sunflower that sings heavy metal in the wind.
Yeah.
You ever seen that
Yep.
one?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
awesome.
know. I
I'm
can't
like,
but
I'm gonna
help but
build
find
this.
those things hilarious.
I need a Raspberry Pi and put this together. Fun stuff. So I had an idea. I was going to run by you guys of
Yeah.
a segment
Okay.
called the Hollerback segment. So Hollercast, the Hollerback. Thank you, Gwen Stefani. But
Ain't
what
no
the thought
Hollerback.
is, we got these online in the live portion here. I've got some news stories or news items from the county.
Yep.
For the week. And I thought that we could read through the news items and get commentary back from the audience, get some more engagement going, and just kind of open this up a little bit. So
Let's do it.
The first thing, this one's political. And everyone says, oh, no one told us about this ordinance. They didn't go through this process. No one mentioned anything about whatever thing it is. Just so everyone knows, currently posted now, the proposed budget for the fiscal year 23-24 for Mitchell County has been submitted and is available for public inspection in the office of the clerk to the Board of Commissioners, located, of course, in the administration building at 26 Crimson Laurel Circle, Bakersville, North Carolina, 28705 from 8 a.m. to 5 Monday through Friday. So this is all open now.
Yep.
And for review. So if anyone listening out there has curiosity of where your taxpayer dollars are going, you actually can see in black and white. And here's the next shoe to drop. After this review period, on Monday, June 5th, 2023, at 7 o'clock, it's open for public comments on the proposed budget. So there's a couple options. If you have issues before then, you can obviously submit in writing your questions, comments, concerns, complaints with the budget. And then you can openly, publicly address them on the June the 5th at 7 p.m., 2023. Now, I try to advise people this who don't know how this works. If you're going to make a public comment, have it prepared before you get there. If you get 3 minutes,
Yes.
so you don't want to have a really great point and then just be cut off because you're out of time.
Yep.
So understand what portion. I always try to tell people owner actions dates. Understand what is your intent of your complaint. What's the outcome you seek. So make sure if you've got a question or complaint, you can say, page 2, paragraph 3, sentence 2 says this. My concern is that. Boom. And be that clear. This just try to help you. Everything gets heard. So does anybody from our community that's live right now have any commentary, concerns, or things that maybe they'd like to see the budget go for?
So is the budget available online to look at and review?
Not to my knowledge. I believe it's just for in-person public viewing, and there's some reasons for that.
I started to ask why. That's why.
One of the main reasons they don't put that publicly is because it's the internet, man. You can cut and paste and remove, edit documents.
You could.
And build narratives online. And there's some control. There's document control procedures to see this in public. And it may, I'm not an attorney, and I'm not a politician yet. More on that later. But the document control piece, that you have to view it in public. There might be legal ordinances, state protocol that demands that. I don't know, ultimately. But I could understand security perspective why they would want to protect that information, and probably limit the outrage by having people encouraged to see it in person, because it's easy to outline outrage online without even seeing it.
Very much so. Very much so. You're absolutely right.
That'd be my thought. I don't know. But I just want to bring that up there. Is there any comments about the budget or what anybody thinks about it so far? Feel free to reach out. Or you guys.
We talked to Vern quite a bit about this, actually.
Yeah.
That we tend to do, we do balance a budget. Sometimes that's done with, what do you call it, fund balance?
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
Which is a state that's part of the income tax that's reserved to help balance budgets at the end of the year. I think I did ask him, too, if there were counties that did not balance their budgets. And there are,
and the state takes over,
and
don't
the
they?
state
Raleigh
takes
does.
over if they don't.
Yeah.
So you got to keep your fiscal house in order. But to my knowledge, we do tend to balance a budget, or we have always balanced the budget. Now, some of that might be at a deficit coming from that fund balance, according to Vern.
Yep.
But I'd like to look at it myself.
Yeah, I've got to take the initiative to do that. I don't have any concerns per se, but I have a lot of curiosity. I know a lot of money, millions and millions, tens of millions, came into the county in the past little bit. A lot of it's going towards the new school.
Yeah.
Which Mitchell Miners is a great mascot. I love that. I think that's brilliant. Whoever did that, kudos, great job. I like the unification of the color scheme right there in front of the high school, because growing up, it was always us Harris kids against the Bowman kids, and against the Buellene kids, against the Tipton Hill. Well, I'm dating myself, I know. But back in the day, y'all rivaled against each other.
Yeah.
Then your freshman year, y'all end up got to be nice to each other and play on the same team.
Yep.
So this is neat. But on top of that, the next news piece is next week on May the 1st, the Mitchell County Board of Commissioners will hold a special session, and their purpose is to be a budget workshop. I don't know if that's closed or open. It's not stated. But the good news is the budget's been posted. I believe that my speculation is the intent is early feedback they get from the budget. They can discuss it there to make any changes before it's ratified on June the 5th after public comment. It won't be ratified on June 5th. Take public comment and go to the next step. So that's the budget piece. Just want to throw that out there because this podcast is quickly becoming a vehicle for local conversation. So thought it was important to mention that.
And what we'll do, we'll try to get our hands on a copy of it.
Yep. Read through it. We won't post it online because of the reasons you said earlier. But it would be good to get our hands on it. And read
if I had to guess, there are probably very reasons.
You know what? That you can ask the question: is it available? Can we post it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, why not ask? I mean, you can't get a yes if you don't ask the question.
That's true.
So they may say go ahead. I don't know. Be worth it. So if there's no commentary on that, this past weekend, to my understanding, was the prom, Mitchell High School's prom.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
And that would have been the first true post-pandemic prom.
Yeah.
I believe it was.
So, and that's,
good.
Think about the kids who missed out on prom.
I know.
Never getting that back. So did any of our listeners have friends, family, brothers, sisters, community that went to prom? If so, how'd it go? What was it, back to normal, better than normal? Any information? I'm curious about that as well. Did you have family members, friends go?
Yeah. My oldest son went, Dakota. And that, honestly, that you hit exactly the reason. Him and his girlfriend, they weren't going to go. But they decided they want to, even though some of their friends had decided to opt out. And I think one of the big deciding factors of that was because it was because they saw people that didn't get to have it.
Did you have a good time?
He did. somebody pulled the fire alarm, I think, at the Whitson building, so they had to briefly vacate.
Oh, my Lord.
Which is to be expected.
Wow.
Then that was back to normal prom.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty normal.
So going back to the budget piece,
Okay.
we got a comment online. Someone's concerned about the town manager and most of the town council members not being local. Saw something on the Facebook group about some of the town employees wanting taxpayer-funded vehicles.
So if that is a Spruce Pine Town question, that is not related to the Mitchell County budget. Those are
Okay.
separate issues. However, all those concerns are valid, right?
Yeah.
So, and if you've got back to the just focusing on the town piece, it's really simple. Go to the meetings, but ahead of the meeting, reach out with your questions or just at least minimum schedule your time to speak, because they have time for public comments, but that's limited to 3 minutes. If you schedule your time, you get 15. So
I'm not aware of anybody on the town council not being local. I saw some things about that, like that they,
no, they have to be.
yeah,
On the
they had,
Spruce
you
Pine
have
Town,
to
you have to
live
be-
in
well,
town.
I would be on the town council.
And I believe, as far as I know, most of the people that are on there are from here.
Yeah, James Buchanan's from. I'm sorry,
Yep.
James Acuff, Rocky Buchanan.
Who's the
Jackie.
town manager?
Town manager is Darlene. She took Darlene. I'm sorry, Darlene. I know we talk often. Can't remember her last name.
Because someone said on Facebook that she was in Tennessee.
No,
I didn't think that was right.
Darlene's here.
Yeah, I thought so.
Darlene's here.
And Darlene's amazing. I don't know if anybody.
She's done a really good job.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's awesome.
and then there's of course Darla Phillips, our mayor. Larry lives right down on Summit. They're all you
Jackie
have to be-
Rinsink.
Yeah, Jack. I know it's Rinsink
Which-
too. Is that her name? Last name again?
Yeah,
It's
Rinsink.
Okay.
Yeah, Jackie.
That's right.
She was our
Jackie-
teacher. She was my 6th grade.
She was my 6th grade teacher.
Yeah.
She was Jackie Buchanan then.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so here's the post they're referring to. I'm not going to name names, but this post says, constructive question.
okay.
There has been a request that the taxpayers of the town of Spruce Pine provide a car for the town manager, since the drive from Tennessee, where she lives, to work in Spruce Pine is putting too many miles on her personal car. Do you think the citizens should pay for the car for this purpose, or reimburse her for her mileage?
If that is true, from my vantage point, and you guys can disagree, if that is a true statement, then that does call for questions and concern from my
Yeah,
vantage point.
I agree.
Well,
I
it's
just want
important to note,
clarity.
one thing to note here is that is not an elected position. That is an appointed position.
True.
So that is technically a job.
True.
And so you do not have to be a resident of the county to hold employment.
No, that's true. You don't. It's just like any other job.
Yeah, it's
You
just
don't,
like any
so-
other
Now, hang
job.
on. Didn't we just say that you had to be?
For
For
an
the
elected,
elected
official,
position.
yes. In order to be considered,
Okay.
for
Okay.
the town council, you have to live in town
Yeah.
within
that-
the city limits.
I don't have enough clarity on that, but again,
Yeah.
for me personally, I would have some questions and need some clarity. That's not a negative
Yeah.
or positive statement.
Yeah, no,
would
we
just have
do.
questions.
We do. Well, I mean I don't know that question. It could have been.
I think that's a value versus cost issue. You know,
Yeah.
if she's doing an incredible job, which to my knowledge she does, then maybe we could look at something like
But
that.
I didn't think she lived in Tennessee.
I
I
don't
don't
think
think
so
she
either.
does either.
I don't know that.
That would be a new one on me.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. It really would. That's so bizarre.
Yeah, that's.
I'm gonna see if
I'm
I can,
sorry, I don't have enough information on that.
I'm gonna see if I can find.
I do appreciate sharing the concern, though. That is, thanks for bringing that up. That's interesting. I did not have that information.
Yeah, I'll have to look into that one.
I'm looking to see if I can find out Darlene's last name. I don't remember. Oh my gosh.
I know. I'm feel awful about that. I'm trying to pull up the website, but it's
I am
not
too.
cooperating.
Who's the
with
other
me.
town? We forgot one town councilman, didn't we? So we got Rocky Buchanan,
James Acuff,
James Acuff,
Yeah.
Larry
Larry,
McKinney,
Jackie
Jackie.
Rinsink,
of course Darla the mayor.
Darla the mayor, Tommy Westall.
Tommy, no, Tommy's not on it.
Tommy's.
I think we got everybody. I think that's it.
Is that it? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
okay.
It says
Darlene
Rocky-
Butler.
Butler, that's it.
Darlene Butler. I don't know if she lives in Tennessee
It's interesting.
or not. That is a good question. I would say my own personal opinion that if that is the case, if that is accurate, I would have some questions with that, because that's eerily similar to the DSS situation that we just dealt with.
It was. Yes. That was the whole crux with her. Is they were paying to accommodate her, and for the
they paid her to relocate. She never did.
Yes,
as far as I know,
what it was. Yes,
that's what that was.
So no, we did name all the town councils. So the town council is Darla Harding, mayor; Rocky Buchanan, council member; James Eggcuff, member; Larry McKinney, council member; and Jackie Rensink, council member. So that's all of them. As far as the administration department goes, I don't see anything like job description that I could look up to bring that up. So great question though. Thanks for sharing.
Very good.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that's a
Jen.
good question.
Anybody say anything about prom?
No, not yet. We got some hello, Human Juke 81 and Aaron. How are you all?
Aaron Farrago?
What's up? What is up?
The man, the myth, and the banjo player.
Yeah. No one said anything about prom. So what?
Okay.
What could we do about that? Is that something that we would want to have a prom for said people who missed it?
You know, it's interesting. Here's the main thing that I'm really getting at with that is just it's nice to see the return to normalcy, and I hope that happens in a lot of things. And these young folks missed proms, graduation, football games, just a lot of social interaction, right? And that's it's impactful. So I was just curious if it went over well, if people had a good time. Everyone that I have talked to, I've got friends and things who've shared pictures of their kids and whatnot, and everybody looked like they had a great time.
Yeah.
So, and that's what it's supposed to be about.
Yep.
So
From everything Dakota told me, it was awesome.
All right.
He very much enjoyed it.
So we already covered the guardrail. So another thing, another news story. There was a huge accident on 226.
Yes, there was
yesterday. A fatal accident, I understand. Yeah. And my vantage point. I don't know nor will I share the names until there's a that's publicly available. It may be. I've not looked at it, but it's really unfortunate. You know, I think, and it was in the Snow Hill community of 226. Those of you who are not that familiar, it's between Bakersville and Spruce Pine. It's kind of near the middle of that kind of road there at the bottom of the big hill at the end of Mine Creek headed towards Ledger. So I don't know the details. It's just unfortunate. So I know that was a big news story.
It was, yeah.
A lot of things posted quickly. I bring that up because I just want to hear people's thoughts on when these things happen. It's my opinion. If you see things, it's fine to let people know that an accident's happened, but really shouldn't post pictures or names of victims or speculations before the families had a chance to be notified. That's courtesy.
I agree 100%.
From my vantage point.
I agree 100%. It is really uncouth to be rubbernecking.
It is human nature to watch a train wreck,
well, especially in a small town.
It is.
It's like, oh, I wonder if I know that.
Do I know that person? I recognize that car, which we almost all of us know what each other drive. I mean, that's just how it is here. So you recognize the vehicle, and it's easy to do. But I just want to know, like the community, what your thoughts are about just how to handle those situations. I think it's very important we report, because somebody has a family member in that area, it might alert them. But I don't think we should be sharing, definitely not photos.
No.
Did you see that somebody did that?
I did not see it, but I heard that it was posted and pulled down. I don't know from which group or site or whatnot.
Come on. Come on now.
Don't do that, please. And just, that's my thoughts, right? So
I
else
agree.
Thinks.
I agree 100%. I don't think that's a good idea.
No. It's always so tragic when one of those things happens. It does. The first thing I get is a call from my mom. Where are you at? Yeah.
Same. My mom and dad are in Branson, Missouri. Mom's texting me. He's like, hey, where you at?
Word travels fast. It really does. It really does. But shout out and God bless to anybody that was involved in the whole thing.
Prayers with you. It's unfortunate. So sorry for those families affected, for real. It's unfortunate. And speaking of accidents, shifting gears, on 197, there seems to be an increase of trucks carrying highly acidic chemicals flipping over or getting stuck literally in a curve together.
So we had this conversation at work today.
I was going to ask you, what is
Did
it? The
this
road
happen?
issue?
I heard somebody say that they saw a hazmat, like out-of-state hazmat crew coming up through here.
That's why I asked Josh. I knew you'd have the real story.
Yeah, so I have the real story on this. Before I get into that, I will say, as far as the accident victims, there is a GoFundMe
Yeah, okay.
for one of them.
Okay.
So
Gotcha.
I'm going to plug that, and it includes the person's name. But
That's definitely on you for sure.
Yeah.
And if it's public, if they've got
It's
a GoFundMe,
public,
that's
they
public.
have a
That's different. That means
GoFundMe.
the families chose to do that.
yes,
so please
and it's
feel
to
free.
cover the cost of the funeral for this person. I'm going to pull it up right now, and I will post it in the comments below. But it was Jason Davis was the
Okay.
name of the person who passed
Don't know
away.
him.
Me neither.
I'm not familiar with him either.
But I will find it and post it in the comments below.
Wow.
And it's tragic. So
And I agree with that. So again, in those situations, if it's come out in the newspaper, police reports been posted,
yeah.
or the family's posted, obviously that's a different thing. And I think sharing this
Yeah.
GoFundMe is important.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
we're talking about immediately after
Yep.
what's
Yeah.
happened,
Yep.
before
Yep.
anybody knows details
That's
or what's
right.
going on, you know?
So about the acid trucks, that was it was spent acid. It was spent HF.
Okay.
It was spent acid. And yeah, I think we've had two now in the same spot, and it's right where they turn to go up to Sabelco.
Yeah.
In Red Hill.
Is the road needing maintenance there? Is it a road issue? Do you know? I mean,
That's a good
speculation.
question. I was told at work today that Sabelco proposed to basically go halvesies with the Department of Transportation to widen and fix that road.
Sure.
And the Department of Transportation said no.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Because there to me, back to like the guardrail conversation earlier, what's happened?
Yeah.
What's new that's happened?
Yeah.
So I got a speculation what's happened to the bridge. I'll come back to that. But and with those trucks, there's so many trucks traveling that road now. Things are back to normal. The
Yeah.
yield's up. Your guys' production, I'm sure, is coming back
Yep.
to or increasing demand.
Yep.
To me, there's an outside factor because one time's an accident, twice is curious. But if it's consistent, you don't have that many bad drivers, man. I don't.
Right.
I know.
That seems statistically not possible. So
Okay, so I posted the GoFundMe in the chat.
good, thank you.
And this whole conversation's on the heels of that. What was that, last week or 2 weeks ago, where the truck went off the mountain down there?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That seems to be on
Yeah.
the increase as well. But
Dude.
I think part of that is inexperienced drivers coming up here,
Yeah.
especially to
Now that has always been
Yeah.
an issue.
an issue. Yes.
Yeah,
So
I think they should close that route to trucks. To me,
Yeah.
from my vantage point, and truckers, please feel free to throw shade my way. I don't know what you go through. I get it. I don't understand. I'm not a trucker. But when the 4-lane opened up from Spruce Pine all the way to Asheville, why would that not be the route to take from a life safety
Yeah.
standpoint?
Yeah.
Because yes, you have to go around to get to that same destination, but that road's just there's been a lot of life lost on that road.
There has.
I mean, heck, I got a steel plate in my arm from driving off of it.
Yeah.
Many years ago.
Really?
Yeah, 99. I fell asleep at the wheel and drove off of it and landed in an oak tree.
Jeez, dude.
I'm full of disaster, man.
Dang,
I'm just
bro.
that guy.
I
Yeah.
will say this about the acid spills. So both times, I'm not for sure. I think the first time was also spent acid. So I'm not for sure. Don't quote me on that. But both times, so every time there's a spill at Sabelco, or every time that we have any kind of release or containment issue, the EPA is notified.
Sure,
the
you
state is notified.
protocol.
We follow protocol. It is contained. Nothing is contaminated.
Yeah.
Everything is neutralized and cleaned up. It's very easy to neutralize these acids.
Sure.
All you have to do is add lime to it. It neutralizes it and turns it into water.
Sure.
That's all it does. So it's, it's unfortunately a hazard that, happens sometimes. I will say this though, the Big River spill was not Sabelco. That was not us. That was Quartzport.
How long ago was that? It was like 10 years ago? Has it been that long?
It's been a while. Yeah.
It's been time flies, but
It was, yeah.
back to this vehicle thing, the increase of wrecks, whether it's trucks, whether it's Cox's Creek, whether it's a lot of increase of highway accidents. Do you think distracted driving?
Get off your damn phone.
You think that's the issue?
Yeah.
That's part of it.
Let me tell you what I see every time I go to Charlotte to the airport. When I hit 321, or worse, a suction cup on the windshield.
Yeah, right in front of you.
Directly in front of your field of view, watching movies while they're driving.
That's insane. That's insane.
And how long do you think it is before this is treated like DUI?
I thought it was going that way for a while because before the hands-free devices came out, they were starting to be really
handset and hand laws in a lot of places.
Yeah, that's very true. And then it just kind of like went away. It's like, meh.
Yeah.
So that's a good question.
Maybe full self-driving comes before we get to that point.
Yeah. How long do you think, let's say full self-driving worked today, right now, autonomous in California, Atlanta? How long do you think before it would ever happen here?
Oh, man.
Oh, you're talking a while.
10 years.
Let me add another layer to that.
10 years.
How many people believe that there will be locals on a hill trying to disrupt those vehicles, whether it's Tannerite, blowing up in the road, shooting the top, whatever? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
You know.
There's a lot of problems and complications that come along with
There
something
are.
like that, for
There
sure.
are. And assholes are one of them, unfortunately. Meg makes a good point. People don't know their roads, and a lot are dependent on GPS. And in
For
Southern
sure.
California, if you were even holding your phone, it was a $161 ticket.
Oh, I got me a big fat ticket right out of the Lincoln Tunnel in New York City in Manhattan.
Really, for holding your
Right
phone?
out of it. I turned left, had my phone trying to find our hotel. Wasn't even a car. It was a Port Authority cop on the street that was like, "You pull over." And I was like, "Welcome to New York City, pal." Yeah.
Wow.
I'd have been tempted to go.
Goodbye.
Yeah, but they got
Problem
a radio.
is you couldn't go nowhere.
Yeah, you're stuck.
You're bumper to bumper.
Yeah, just sit there. Yeah, take off.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Exactly.
Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's interesting.
But that is true. Like, I don't know how you, because the majority of the truckers that are following something like that are just following GPS.
Well,
and
there's
especially if
truckers'
they've never been
GPS.
here before,
There's GPS dedicated strictly for truckers that take them on truck
I'm
only
sure
routes.
there is.
There are. But still, I agree with you. That does not need to be a truck route.
Yeah, we already think that.
Yeah, it really does.
All right, I'm
not
going to shift gears. I've got two more Hollerback questions, or just stories, if you will. This is a neat one. Mitchell County Animal Rescue launches the Feeding Mitchell County Pets project. Okay. MCAR is pleased to announce a new initiative, Feeding Mitchell County Pets. This helps families in need in Mitchell County. The program provides free food for pets owned by Mitchell County families from low-income households, low-income seniors on fixed incomes, and veterans. So this is a way for families in need. And this is always something I think about. My wife's in hospice, and sometimes those situations might leave. What about the pets left behind, right?
Yeah.
And think about that. And but I think this is a neat initiative. So it is funded by the Fund for Mitchell County, which is an affiliate fund of the Community Foundation of Western North Carolina. So it's endowment created to support the charitable needs of our community. So I think that's awesome. I know it's a lot of people don't prioritize or may not prioritize pets, but helping veterans, seniors on fixed income, a lot of seniors, people got to understand that pet is the only family they see every
Yeah,
day,
it is.
True.
if ever.
Absolutely.
Let me
right.
tell you something. Those guys over there at the animal shelter do a heck of a job. With
Agreed.
Very little.
They do.
Resource.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
If you go to Avery County and you go to their animal shelter,
Different
it
animal.
does not compare, my friends.
Really?
It does not compare. Yes.
All three of my dogs came from the MCAR. All
Yeah.
of them did.
And
Both
it
my
is
cats
it is
did.
by far the smallest of the ones around here, and they do just an absolutely incredible job. And her name is on the tip of my tongue, and I don't.
Amber.
Amber,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Do you remember what's her last name?
I remember her high school last name. Hold on a minute. She sends me emails often.
Tell you what blows my mind when I got my cats from there, and I went and they picked me out. Mr. Kitty come up to me, and his sister was hiding, so I took her too. I didn't want to separate them, but I was like, okay, these are the ones I want. I'm filling out the paperwork, and they're like, okay, well, here's this. Do you want some food? And I was like, no, I got food. They're like, litter. I was like, no, I got all this stuff. And I was like, I really appreciate it, but I was like, I had this planned out. Like I knew I was
Right.
going to do this, and they were
Right.
like, it would blow your mind the amount of people that just impulsively get animals. And I was like,
for sure.
what?
Unfortunately, that's always going to be a part
What?
of that.
That is, I could not imagine impulsively getting an
You know, I thought our cats came from like a nuclear power plant.
because they're special.
They're a
'Cause
little
they're-
special.
Oh, listen, all cats are a little special.
They
all
are.
got their very, very unique asshole-ish
Yeah, they've all got their own
personalities.
personalities.
Most of them.
They really do.
Mr. Kitty came out like upside down and backwards, probably.
Yeah, it was breach.
Yeah. Yeah, poor
Breach.
Mr. Kitty.
Breach
Leave Mr. Kitty
What?
alone.
He's funny. He looks at
He
people
is.
weird.
He does. He does. You're right.
Find her
So-
name?
I did not.
Okay.
Mitchell County Animal Rescue, big shout out. You guys
Yes,
did a great job. Big shout out.
absolutely.
Absolutely.
Amber, I'm so sorry. My brain's just like dead today. So
Jen, I don't know how to help the pets. I would reach out to Mitchell County Animal Rescue. I'm sure they take donations. I know they take donations of any kind of dog food, cat food, blankets, cat litter, anything like that. You can take to them. They will absolutely take it, and they need it.
This was about 3 or 4 years ago. I think it was 23 cats out of my neighborhood in the English Woods to the animal rescue. Wow. And
Amber
I
Lowry.
did.
Amber Lowry.
It was right. Yes. She is phenomenal at what she does, as well as her staff. They're all great. But took 23 cats up there. And, you know, the town of Spruce Pine, I live in town. Town of Spruce Pine provides no direct funding to the animal rescue, although they
Yeah.
do cover, you know, Spruce Pine. And I did reach out, and I'm not sure whatever came out of it, but I know that if there are a significant number of pets that are being housed at the animal rescue, that you can petition the town to make a donation on behalf of that, because what I was doing was cleaning up a stray population that, you know, well-intentioned folks down the road from me started feeding cats, and when she moved out, they
feral
they
cat
multiplied.
population.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it can become a major problem
can.
very quickly.
Yep.
Yep.
Aaron, good suggestion. Clorox, bleach, cleaning materials, any stuff like that they can take.
Yes,
And they-
for sure.
they
Absolutely.
use
It's
a
the
lot
stuff.
of it.
It's not just food and litter and all that other
Right.
good stuff.
They
It's
need a
the
lot
cleaning
of stuff,
supplies.
for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, mops, brooms, vacuums. I mean, can you imagine the amount of vacuums they go through with all the pet hair? Good
Oh, my
Lord.
God.
Hey, and another idea, you can always sponsor the fees for adoption for people, and you can donate adoption fees on behalf of someone as
Well,
well.
when I got my cats, I paid the adoption fees, and I did 2 more adoption fees for whoever.
See, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Just because I was like, because at that point they had so many cats, they were like, the adoption fee is whatever you want it to be. So
Right.
I was like, okay, I'll give you $100, and that'll cover 4, or however many, 100 if it's $1
Yep.
piece. I don't know. They're great.
Yeah,
They
great.
really
Thanks for
are.
the feedback. That's what we're trying to get
Yep.
here, little holler back. So
Yeah.
one last fun thing this weekend is the official annual Ramp Festival at the City Drive-In. So
Ooh, let's go.
it's ramp season, everybody.
Yeah.
So,
Just don't kiss nobody on Sunday morning. That's all I can tell you.
yeah, I love
Or-
ramps.
I am
late in the
not
evening
a
on
fan
Saturday.
of ramps. I know I'm in the minority here.
Buddy, let me tell you something. You better not say nothing like that again. I will revoke your card, man.
What are ramps?
Ramps.
What?
You mean like the slope?
No. Ramps.
You know what, though? That was an unfair reaction, so I take that back. For those of you who don't know, we might have folks new here that don't
Yeah,
know what
true.
ramps are. Ramps are somewhere between a wild onion and a leek. They're somewhere in that family, but they are very potent,
Very strong.
Extremely.
very strong.
Extremely
They grow
potent.
wild. This season right now, we're actually, I think it's getting a little late, so they better
Yeah,
be
I
quick.
think it
I
is.
mean,
Yep.
granted, it got cold longer, which helped. But ramps, they grow wild. They grow in patches. Be careful; they look like lilies.
They work
and
in pairs.
And the lilies, they always work in pairs. Look out for them. But the thing about ramps is they look like lilies, except lilies are very poisonous if you ingest them.
Yeah.
Ramps are delicious. They are a unique to not many regions that I know of, but one of the favorite meals that I grew up with is hog brains and eggs and ramps cooked together.
Wow. Let's
Really?
go.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. But eggs and ramps are good.
I know a lot of people do potatoes and ramps.
Potatoes and ramps, fried potato ramps is
Yeah,
good.
that's your classic.
I will tell you, if you're an old school turn it twice pepper and salt steak guy, if you throw ramps on the grill and grill the steak on the ramps and then flip it with the ramps on top, it's pretty tasty. Pretty tasty. Now, again, as Jason's mentioning, just because you like ramps doesn't mean other folks will like that you like ramps. So
They will not like your breath.
they will
afterwards.
not.
They are so loud.
Yeah, they're loud.
Whew.
Loud.
Oh boy.
Loud and proud.
Loud and proud. That they are.
My grandmother used to put ramps in kilt lettuce. You know
Oh,
what kilt
God.
lettuce
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Take
Heck yeah.
lettuce and ramps and chop them up in there. That was the green onion replacement at
Dude,
this
kilt
time of
lettuce
year.
is so
Yeah.
good. I got to rethink my weekend now because kilt lettuce is awesome.
Kilt lettuce, a little bacon grease, and hot vinegar.
Yep.
You pull it up there. You kill it. You killed
Yeah.
it.
Killed it.
Killed
So
it,
let's
son.
see. There's I wish I could find the flyer for the Ramp Festival, but I do know that there's a bunch of bands playing. There's music all day long. They have T-shirts. They have events for the kids. I'm on their website, but I don't see it posted for some reason, unless it's under an event. But definitely check out the
Pierce Danger's playing.
That's
I think
right.
They're the
Yeah.
headliner.
Yeah.
and that makes sense. And then I think 30-06 is playing as well. The Cryptoids may be playing.
Yes, I think they are.
So apologies. Look, if anybody knows this information, feel free to jump in. I guess one thing to ask all listeners: what's your favorite ramp dish, and/or have you ever had ramps? Yes or no? So comment Josh there, and he'll read your answer.
I've had them before, but it was a while.
I don't know that you've ever had them. If you have, it wasn't with me. It might have been maybe with your great grandparents.
Maybe, and or my
Yeah.
grandparent on your side, my grandfather.
Yeah. Dad may have fed you ramps.
I'm sure.
Boy,
I
there are
think
people
I've
that
had
are
them
fanatical
before.
about.
Oh,
them
there
things,
are.
though, buddy.
My grandparents are fanatical about them.
Yeah.
Joan and Roy, I think
I've
you're
heard
watching.
them. I've heard them.
I know
talk,
y'all.
heard them talk about it.
Oh yeah. No, ramps are not my thing. They're just.
They either are or they are not. There's no in
they're
between.
super strong. They're way too strong for me.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the
slopes.
Slopes.
Yeah, just a bunch of assorted ramps. Just
Yep.
little ramps,
Big
ramps,
ramps.
curved ramps,
medium size.
all the way around, circular ramps. They got them ones where it goes all the way around. Just an assortment of ramps.
It's like a damn Hot Wheels track.
It's like Hot Wheels. Yeah, Expo. Ramp Expo.
Little niche about me. I have so many little toy cars.
Yeah, you got a
I
ton of
have
Hot Wheels.
So many. I don't
Hey,
know
look.
why.
Hot Wheels and micro machines
Yep.
was my thing back in the day.
Jen Owen says ramp and tater omelet.
Oh, very
Ooh.
good. That
Come
sounds
on
like
now.
awesome.
That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Ramp and tater omelet. Dang.
I've never had a potato omelet.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah, and
I need to
also
try
the
that.
blacksmithing festival is this weekend.
Yeah.
Is that
Yes.
this weekend?
That is literally
That is-
this weekend.
Oops,
I
sorry.
completely forgot about that.
Shout out Blacksmith Festival. Sorry, I missed that one in the news story. I was thinking about ramps.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and also we're doing a cruise.
Thanks, Dad.
10 o'clock Saturday morning. If you're a car enthusiast and you would like to ride along and do a cruise, we're starting at the gas station at the top of 3 Mile and going to Bristol, Tennessee.
nice. Cool.
Dude, that'll be awesome. That'll be a fun run.
Yep. A lot of cool cars are going to be there. So if you like cars and you want to ride along, please come.
But you know, there's nothing to do in this town. You know?
No, there's nothing to do here.
Nothing to do.
We got
here.
2 festivals happening this weekend. A car run. Lots
Live
of neat stuff's
music.
happening.
Yeah, we got live
a lot of
music at the Moondust on Friday and Saturday. I believe Saturday is Greystoke,
Oh, I love
which
those
is that
guys,
classic
man.
band from
Yeah.
where they're from Marion.
Marion.
Yeah, like them a lot. And that's actually the Moondust 1-year anniversary.
It
So
is.
Shout out to Tony and the Moondust.
Yes,
Let's
another
go.
one of our sponsors.
Yep.
Danny
check 'em
Snyder, who plays guitar for the for Greystoke, has family in Bakersfield.
Oh, really?
That's
And
cool.
he is a monster freaking guitar player. So if you've not seen Greystoke, go see Greystoke. Go to Moondust. If there's a cover charge, please pay it and be happy about it and support local music. I mean,
Yeah.
let me just say this: paying $5 or $7, $10, whatever the door here is better than paying $300 to Ticketmaster to see a band that looks better on MTV. So support local music,
1000%.
please.
Very true. Very true. And
Support
you'd be
local music.
shocked how
Yeah.
good. Some of them. I mean, we've been a couple of
Well,
times the last
30
couple of weeks.
killed it last time.
Yeah.
They did. They did good, man.
Yeah, they did
I tell
great.
you, Hayden is a great guitar player, but like the whole band, but Chad, man, has really come a long ways
Dude,
as a front man and a
His
singer.
voice blew me away.
It's great, isn't it?
He has
really
an
is.
Hey, shout out Chad, man. You're doing a
voice.
great job. Really,
You did.
really
Yeah,
like the
dude.
band.
Shout out.
And Tim, you found your calling with the bass, bro.
Yeah, dude. What were you doing on drums before, man? You should have been on bass this whole time. Turns out, no, dude. It was great. They put on a good show.
They do, and they're high energy and back to Tim especially. It's like watching Nikki Sixx and Spruce Pine, man. I mean, he's like got that rock and roll energy.
Yeah,
so fun.
Man, I had a weird thing happen on my Instagram. Someone who worked on God of War liked one of my Instagram posts.
Yes.
Clara, her name is Alana Pierce.
Alana Pierce.
Liked one of my.
Well, good.
Yeah, she works at Santa Monica Studio.
Sweet.
I was like, what? I saw the verification symbol and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
I just thought that was kind of a neat thing.
So I found
Pretty cool, buddy.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
that's great, man. You're getting like internet famous, right?
Maybe. I have like 200 followers on Instagram.
I think I have 7, but I mean, you know, I'm
Yeah,
not,
It's my most
I'm not a
followed
person.
platform. I've got like 40 on Twitch and like 50 on YouTube.
Quick segue. What platform do you use the most?
Ooh. I post on Instagram a decent amount. Well,
Okay.
not as much as I used to. I think YouTube mainly.
YouTube. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I see that trending towards YouTube.
I do
lately,
too.
and it's kind of becoming it's not social direct like Twitter or anything like that, but folks who like the same things, you'll see them commenting on the same things. They interact that way.
Uh-huh.
So I did find the flyer for the Ramp Festival real quick. So Saturday, April 29th, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They have local vendors, Copper Creek Distillery, Appalachian Craft Company, DJ Woodworking, and Poplar Pines. Live music starts at 11 with Sarah with an H. 1 p.m. the Jeff Honeycutt Band. 3 p.m. American Roots. 5 p.m. is Jam, which is Jody and Mark.
Nice.
And then Pierce Danger, 6:45 to 8:30. So that is the Ramp Fest at 670 Oak, also known as the City Drive-In in Spruce Pine.
Yeah, also Andy Buckner is at Beer Dock Friday night. I think we have a commenter telling us that he apparently appeared on The Voice.
Yep,
Emmy nominated.
He
Awesome,
did.
good for him.
And I'm hosting trivia at the Beer Dock tomorrow night.
Oh,
so
nice, yeah.
I used to do that on the regular and got too busy. Sam usually does it, but I'm filling in this week for Sam doing trivia at the Beer Dock tomorrow night.
But there's
Nice.
nothing to do here.
No.
Unfortunately, I won't be there. I will be here editing a podcast for Thursday.
Another thing I kind of speculated.
But
the same chick, I don't know if you heard what I said, Chase, but I had a girl who worked on God of War Ragnarok, like one of my Instagram posts.
Oh yeah, I heard it. I was walking out.
And she liked the post talking about my Twitch. I wonder if she watched my
I don't
Twitch
know.
channel. That would be funny.
slide in her DMs and ask her.
Sliding them DMs, son. That's a fine art form, buddy.
I know how you youngsters talk.
I don't know. I'd be too nervous to ask. It's really funny, though, if that is the case.
I mean, it's just so crazy to me, though. Like, I literally do hear that all the time. There's nothing to do. There's nothing.
June
And granted,
17th, Keith Stewart fundraiser at the Chalet. Music
That's
by
right.
Pierce Danger and at the Hangar.
Got it. Got it.
Yep.
Wonder
Keith
whose
Stewart.
hanger that is.
Oh, another
It's that
thing.
red plane that always that
My
German
phone
Red Army plane. Whatever the fuck.
I'm followed on Instagram by I think it's a rock or rap artist. I'm followed by Blake Young. He is
Like Young.
Is he from Mine Creek?
No, sounds like he is.
I thought Mine
down there
Creek was
next
the
to the-
best name for a country band. Mine
Yeah.
Creek would be an awesome name
Dude,
for a
it
country
that is
is.
an awesome
Yeah.
Yeah. If I ever, which my wife's begged me for years, to write a country album. If I ever
God,
wrote a
please
country
do.
album, I've got a couple songs that I've actually wrote as a joke, which makes me mad. People love them.
Yeah.
Which, and back to that earlier statement, my name's Jimmy Henshaw, and I'm from Spruce Pine, North Carolina. And Maybe I will one day.
Listen, you could belt out a lonesome country ballad or two.
I could just literally tell a story for every year in school growing up.
Yeah.
So each of them was filled with heartbreak, disappointment, pain, suffering.
Yeah, we
whatever.
talk about a lap steel. Me and Josh went and saw somebody that tore that lap steel all to pieces.
Gosh, yes. What was the name of the band? They're part
the
of
Rockabillies.
Yeah, the Rockabillies.
Yeah, you heard
God
that?
almighty, dude.
I was there for
Oh, yeah,
5
that's
minutes.
right. Yeah, that's right. You,
I
that was
dropped
that
in.
night.
I had literally just got back in, flown into town, and stopped before I headed home. So, but yeah, just made it back, and that dude could.
Dude.
Let's
They were saying he'd toured with some pretty big bands, I think.
Yeah.
I don't exactly remember who they said, but I was sitting there watching it when he was talking about it. He was just a monster on that thing.
I'm curious who in this room, Mitchell County, limit to Mitchell County, who's your favorite musician in only Mitchell County?
In only Mitchell County.
Only Mitchell County. Who's your favorite musician? It's a challenge. Doesn't matter the genre. None of that matters.
I know. Right off the top of my head.
Who's your favorite musician?
Neil Crisp.
That dude's a monster.
Neil is incredible.
You know,
He's
it's
a
funny,
monster.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Neil Crisp. Neil.
I would watch your all's like
Neil.
practice videos,
God.
and I would like maybe isolate his drum tracks. I'm just saying, I may or may not have done
Yeah,
that.
dude. Pocket. All the time.
He's
All
pretty
the time.
incredible from one drummer to another. I got to give it
he's
to
good.
Neil.
Yeah.
My least favorite musician's Ryan Bird. Just kidding, Ryan. Or am I?
Ryan.
No, I love Ryan. I got to be shameless. Paul and I go so far back. He's my favorite musician, and the reason I say that, he and I have written more songs together that we have never ever played. That's the problem.
Yeah.
We've never played him, but I love Paul. He and I go way back. He's so creative and so versatile. I just wish there was more of him and more time.
Boy, I'm going to go new school. Danny Kaye, the
Yeah.
piano man, is one of the most impressive things I've ever seen.
Oh, that's the Moondust guy who
Yeah.
does the piano shows there. at the
Yeah.
Moondust?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is talented.
Oh, and shout out to Danny was in the chat earlier too.
Yep.
On Go,
Yep, he is.
Human Juke, that's Danny.
Oh,
And he's got a actual, and Danny, maybe you can put it down there if you're still in here. He's got a movie that he's in. It's called The Duelers. It's a fully independently funded movie that's coming out. It's about a dueling piano bar.
that sounds brilliant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I think they play and act as well in it.
Any
But I
local-
watched this.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, you're fine.
Go ahead.
No, he has a bunch of trailers out, and I think the last one that was released, they've released like 3 or 4 of them, and the last one was one with Danny in it. Very good,
Yeah.
acting too, by the way.
Now,
Danny.
if I hadn't,
good for you,
if I hadn't
brother.
limited this to Mitchell County, if I just said regional, I'd have said Andrew.
Yeah. Andrew Kotz.
Yes.
Yep. Andrew Kotz. One of the Aaron says Billy Constable.
Oh yeah, but
Yeah. Billy. Dude.
yeah. Shout out. I agree,
Dude.
I agree.
Yep.
This is awesome. These are others.
Yeah.
You need to. I would suggest. I don't say need to. I don't need to demand, but on the Hollercast,
No demand. I need
you need to
to.
start bringing some musicians in here.
I'm working on it.
We've talked.
Lincoln Masters.
Yeah,
Yeah, Lincoln.
Lincoln
Well,
Masters.
Yeah, Lincoln.
No, he's been super busy, and he's had a lot of stuff go on recently. So I
he
totally
just is a
understand.
teacher and has kids and plays in
Yeah.
a band, and he doesn't do anything.
No.
Runs a tree farm. What?
Get over here.
Anybody
Danny
else in
says
the-
checks in the mail, Chase.
It'll be like those Spotify royalties, 4 cents.
Yeah, no, Danny's coming on.
yeah. I think Danny's going to come
Okay,
hang out with us.
okay.
I think next week. on
Next
Tuesday.
week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
next Tuesday. I look forward to that. That's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that'll be sweet. And check out Danny on Twitch too.
Yeah.
He's on
I
Twitch.
will.
He
I
live
will
streams
do
on
that.
Twitch. Yeah.
I've used the Twitch for many, many years, but mainly because that's how I kept up with my son all over the country, just watching him play video games.
Yeah.
There you go.
I also stream on Twitch
Yeah.
occasionally.
Well, I know. I'm hearing you're like a
Shout out.
Twitch celebrity over here.
Yeah.
Like this episode,
Yeah.
you've come alive. It's been more about
That's-
all the likes you're getting
That's
over
just
there.
my Instagram though. My Twitch isn't.
Oh, but okay. So you're just a multi-platform celebrity.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
Apparently, yeah.
That's awesome, though. That's good stuff.
Yeah, and I'm always like, why? Out of like 8 billion people on the planet, me.
Because it's you. And this is the thing. This is the thing. There might be 8 billion people on the planet, but somebody had to be Jeff Bezos. Somebody had to be Elon Musk. Somebody had to be Josh. Somebody had to be Chase. There's only one of you. So the world now, young folks, I'm going to go on a little bit of a soapbox here for a second. Young folks have a vehicle to be heard more than in the history of time. Right now, you can use technology to do whatever it is you do, create something, art, music, videos, and you can get that instantly to everybody. So
hell yeah,
I'm so excited.
It's the truth.
Create.
There's no excuse not to now.
No,
It's really not.
no.
It's really not.
So Jimmy, you said earlier you alluded to something, and
Yeah, I caught that.
You
too.
got that, huh?
feel free to
The yet.
not talk about that if you don't want to.
So I will tell. I've thought about framing this up. So I have always been firmly in. I'm not going to take a political position because I get so much more done not being politically motivated. And I'm not politically motivated. However, I am considering running for commissioner for Mitchell County
Yeah.
Wow.
next 2024. I'm heavily considering it.
Let's go, dude.
Do it.
Jacqueline, I know how you feel. Jacqueline's my wife, and she's like hard no. And there's reasons, and they're valid.
Absolutely.
And the main reasons are my main thing against consideration is if I put on Toe Jam, or back when the Alien Festival, whatever I do, putting together fundraisers, DJing, whatever, I just do it. Right? Mm-hmm. And people can make up theories or speculate on motivations or whatever, but I'm never using anybody's taxpayer dollars to do so. Everything's been self-funded. I do that. The second I step in is, should I take a political position, I feel that'd be heavily scrutinized and could limit what I do. Now, that being said, it also could open doorways to what I really could do, which is plan, budget, and maybe initiate real change. Not change. I don't want change. I want this to be very clear. And people ask me that. I always see all these political things. What we need is a change. What we need is a change. What we need is a change. The last thing we need is change. Because every 2 years, everything changes. New political people come in, new ideas come in, and it's constant chaos. What we need is a plan, and we need progress on that plan. And there are plans in place today. I've studied a lot of what's going on, but we need progress through preservation. I don't want to change everything we love about what's here. This is my home, man. I was born and raised here, duked and fought it out in the world to come back, and I'm never leaving, but we must progress, and we need to value and preserve everything we love about this community. But we have to progress.
Yeah.
And I got
Agreed.
like 10 different definitions if you're talking financial, economical, cultural. I've got different definitions about what that progress could mean. Obviously, it's not like this is the only way, but the discussions need to be had to define by popular opinion what is the way and go. We can't
Agreed.
sit anymore and just chill and watch things come unraveled around us.
Right. Well, I think, you mentioned that about the change thing. You can't change the past. So I think what a lot of people, when you think, okay, well, I want change. Well, I want to change what it was. But no, what you're really doing is taking the reins of the future.
Sure.
And if that's changed from what it is now, then, I mean, sometimes that's necessary, But you don't want, what you don't want to change is the rich history and culture that we've had here, and the reverence and the respect for it that it deserves, right?
Damn right. I proudly tell people, personally and professionally, that I'm a hillbilly, and I am a hillbilly. I lean more towards redneck sometimes, for sure. I lean more towards mountain, for sure. But at the end of the day, I'm a hillbilly. I'm an Appalachian. I'm a mountaineer. I'm from these woods, these mountains, and I'm a different take. I'm a different bird. I've been out living the world, but ultimately, I love this corner of the world, this peanut-shaped county. I love our little town. I love the people. My mom and dad instilled in us boys, me and my brother, to be in service. My dad has been in service in one capacity or another, and my mom, since they've been here. Mom's a nurse, hospital, ER, trauma, prison. Worst case scenarios, usually my mom was the last person that you saw, possibly. And you hoped you saw her because she might have a chance to get better. That being said, my dad might be the first person you see if you were doing something wrong. Sometimes you got to see both mom and dad in the same night. You know, dad pulled you out of the ditch and mom fixed you up the hospital.
Yeah.
But the point of that is, dad, and for those of you who know my dad, you know he's a great man. Those who don't, you should get to know my dad. Because he was always, he used to never carry his gun. He'd get in trouble not always having his gun. And he'd walk into church on Sunday in uniform, leave his gun outside, right? He wasn't that guy, giant man, but a bear. But he always instilled service to the community. Then when we retired, he literally just retired, just at 79 years old, be 80 this year, from being the custodian of the church on Friday.
Wow.
Like literally a Friday. He just finally stopped working, like for the 5th retirement or whatever now.
Right.
Wow.
But whether it was in service to the community, service to the church, that's what he did. And mom, when I got ran over as a kid by a drunk driver, mom started Mothers Against Drunk Drivers chapter here in town.
Wow.
After I got hit, conveniently at Red Hill where the one truck flipped over. I'm standing in my buddy's yard and just got ran over. But mom started the chapter of the drunk driver, Mothers Against Drunk Drivers here. And then, but the point is, service has been instilled in my family for a long time.
Yeah.
And if you go back in my personal history, way back when I was in eighth grade, ninth grade, no, I was 8th grade, I actually created a stamp and postmark for the Mineral Gem Festival where every piece of mail that came out of here was stamped with a design that I created to help market the town when I was in like 8th grade.
Man, I can't.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I can't imagine you're just sitting in your yard and suddenly there's a car barreling at you at like 50 miles an hour.
Was he drunk?
Well, it's much worse than that. So it was prom night, and I was designated driver.
Oh.
And I was like taking home my last stop, Tommy Parker. We dropped him off at his house right there, and we're just standing in his yard talking, and I got hit by a drunk driver. Yeah.
Dude.
Wow.
Bless her. I was never.
Jeez
I was mad at the guy for a minute.
Yeah,
People
I
make
mean,
bad decisions, you know.
understandably so. Though you were mad at him, like I was.
Yeah.
I would probably be a little miffed myself.
Yeah, you know. I bounced. I broke both legs, pretty much everything here. Knocked out my
Jesus.
teeth, broke my nose. But you know, 6 days later, I was walking
Wow.
on broken legs with a lot of bolts and nails. But my orthopedist like, "You're young, you can take it. Stand up and figure it out." And
Hey, there you go.
3 months later, I ran track in high school for the first time ever and did the 1 mile and the 2 mile and lettered my senior year, and I never ran before. So,
Wow.
You know,
Funny how life works
I
like
get
that. Isn't
knocked down. I get up
it?
again.
Literally.
I think I'd be really
Literally, I
mad
got
if
run over.
Someone hit me with a 23,000-pound object.
It leaves an impression. It leaves an impression. But you know, it's just again, life brings you challenges, and it's like the old Batman thing. It's not getting knocked down; it's how you pick yourself up.
Yeah,
right? You
that's
learn
so
to fall,
true.
to learn how to pick yourself up. So,
Well, Jimmy and man, I hope you.
I would love to hear feedback. I mean, if anybody online or anyone watch this later, everybody knows how to reach me on the Facebook. I'd be curious to see what feedback is, concerns.
I'm gonna take this and clip it out. That way we can share it readily.
Please
take
do.
this portion and
Please
clip it
do.
out.
Yeah.
It's a consideration I'm making. I'm thinking about, you know, what everybody asks, what are your goals? Ask me in about 90 days
Yeah.
because I got to do research. What I don't want to do is go in and have all these great ideas and realize there's a ton of efforts in place that I'd be disrupting.
Right.
Yeah.
I would imagine that would be a
That's
thing.
a good point. That's
You know,
a very
there's-
valid.
You don't know what you don't know, so there would be conversations about what's in motion. If there's $60 million in this community that's already spoken for going to great causes, I don't want to come in waving a flag of what we need to do. I really want to understand what we are doing.
Right.
What is the plan for the next 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10, 15, 20, 30, etc. What is the plan and how do we move that plan forward? And again, with everything, owners, actions, and dates. What are we doing to move this forward?
Yeah.
So
Well, I certainly hope that you'll consider it.
Yeah.
I think you would be excellent
I
at that,
am.
Jimmy.
I
And
think
you've
you
proven yourself already.
What's the number one thing we need to fix? If you can't do one, top 2, 3.
Jobs and housing.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, I think that's.
I think
really
I've
the
shared
main
with
two.
both of you some of my thoughts on jobs, and I'm keeping that undercover until I can make some progress that's worth sharing. Otherwise, it's just me talking into the ether. But I have some ideas to drive that.
And those are very exciting ideas,
It
Jimmy.
could be fun, and it fits in right with what we have here to offer.
Yeah.
And I have some ideas about housing too.
I do too.
Cool. We need to talk.
We do need
then.
to talk.
Yep.
There's properties that aren't available today, but in the very near future will be. That'd be great to develop for certain things. I don't know how to solve, and everybody asks me this. I don't know how to solve for Bud's property down where the lumberyard is.
I don't know. I
I
mean,
mean, it's
that's private. That's his.
It's private. It's his. They can do whatever they want with
Yep.
it, and all the family members can. So, the short answer to that's a lost cause
Well,
for now.
Jimmy, I
for
don't
now.
know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, because I think that's right up your things like that are right up your alley, Jimmy. Reaching out to, because I think what you have to do is you have to reach out and gauge if there is interest there for it to actually be something.
Sure.
You know,
that
and
comes
maybe
back-
I don't know if anybody's ever done that.
Well, I think what somebody's asking was and you've heard me say this before, what is their intent with the holding on to that property?
What's the outcome you see?
And what's the outcome they seek from that? And then my vantage, what I would do when I ask the question is my intent is to find out what you seek to do with this property.
Right.
My outcome would be to develop it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's achievable, but it would be something that I would be curious and investigative about. And the county as a whole, there's a lot we could do here. I'm a marketing guy, and I would make sure that we were doing everything to appropriately market our county, and again, non-disruptive to what's in place. I know there's a lot with going on with changes to the EDC, with the Mitchell, with the chamber. I know there's a lot of things in motion that I'm ignorant to, that I would get information on first. But number one thing I would do is get a plan and make sure that plan is executed. And I think that you guys know me enough to know that I'm fearless is not the right word, but aggressive definitely is. And I don't mind picking up the phone and calling people, hey, how do we move this forward?
Yeah.
Well, you never. What's the worst that anybody can say to you? No.
No.
Exactly.
Believe me, I've heard worse, I think, driving over here today.
Yeah, it's the truth. It's the truth.
But, yeah, I'm considering it. I'd like to get the problems prioritized so we know how to fix them. Jobs, affordable housing to keep people here is critical.
Critical. Absolutely
It's critical. Drugs is a big problem but the solution to that is complex. It's not going to be
Very.
solved in 2 years by any commissioner ever.
No.
Or group of commissioners. That is a problem of everywhere, not just here.
Absolutely.
But it is something. Doesn't mean we can't throw efforts at it. And education improvements, like those are would be my 3. If I'm thinking of my top 3 problems, obviously growth initiatives, get people to have a reason to stay, incentivize folks to come here, remote workers, incentivize manufacturing to come here, in some capacity. So,
Absolutely.
that's just my thoughts. We'll see what happens.
Chase, what's your 3?
What's your 3?
Jobs, housing, drugs.
Yeah.
Those 3 are my top 3 problems for the county that I'd like to see solved.
I mean, jobs and housing goes without saying almost to me.
Yeah.
Housing is a crisis right now. Literally a crisis level.
Yeah,
Well-
you would know that inside
Yeah.
baseball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting ready to get worse too, because there's going to be a market correction, and it's not going to be pretty. I don't think.
Oh, we're trending that
yeah.
way.
Yeah, we are.
I meet with a lot of retailers on a regular basis, and they're preparing for weak quarters ahead.
Yeah.
I can say that.
Yeah.
Very weak.
I think our problems are, when it comes to jobs, we have to find a way to transition beyond. I mean, I guess where I'm thinking is with the whole AI revolution, we think, the lack of those jobs right now is a problem. Wait till what comes next. We have to find tangible solutions to those problems, and those are very, very difficult problems
I will
to solve
say
for.
many people.
That's the reason I was so excited to hear you talk about some of that.
Sure.
And I don't want to
We'll get
sound like
there.
it's like
We'll
an
get
inside deal, but like you say, you got to have something
until
tangible.
there's something of value to share. There's nothing to share, right?
Yeah.
It's just an ether. It's just an idea until there's action items. But I will say the AI piece. People are talking to AI every day in this county and don't even know it.
Yeah,
I know.
True.
I know.
And
Sure.
don't even know it. Mm-hmm. You might be ordering food and talking to a robot.
Yep.
Well, and that's very interesting because I am going to reach out to our other, and I've said this a million times, my family member that wrote the book, which her book centers around, right around the turn of the century when we were making the shift here from subsistence farming to like industrialization.
Revolution.
And I'm very curious after I've read some more of her book to get her thoughts on that, because how much is that a picture of what we've been through in the 90s even, and what we're getting ready to go through in this transition. And I really do think it's that kind of level. I really do.
I do too.
It's wild, man. It's
if not bigger than that.
Yeah, I think so too.
And with possibly dire ramifications.
Yeah.
longer lasting consequences.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not convinced that that this isn't going to be the extermination of mankind as we know it.
it could be the first step.
I'm
The good
really,
news, I talked to a lot of people about fear around AI and technology and things like that. The number one thing is here is people are afraid that it's going to take over. Arnold Schwarzenegger will come back and Terminator us all. That's the number one thing I hear. But the second thing I hear is just insane curiosity about what can I do. I will tell you, I've had AI write songs with chords and time signatures and around topics, and it generates it. I've asked it to summarize 40 or 50 emails and give me the content of the emails and the action items from it, and it does it. And boy, that's made my life easier.
yeah.
But then I'm running an experiment on LinkedIn right now. This is interesting. Every post I'm posting on LinkedIn starting today, I did not create. And LinkedIn is automatically going to post a new. I've given an AI a group of subjects to write a post on my behalf and post it in my voice. And I'm seeing how that trends versus what I normally post over the next 4 weeks. So
You big LinkedIn guy, huh?
yeah, professionally. I'm very deliberate when I do post. It's because I have something to say. It's genuine, and I'm kind of breaking from that with this automated piece to see if that changes. But I use LinkedIn daily to, like, if I'm going to meet somebody I've never met before, I want to see what they look like so I know who to look for in the conference room or whatever.
Sure.
So I use that for introductions. Boy, I do a lot of research on my competition.
Yeah.
I know who their customers are. I know who their contacts are. And I am very aggressive with my settings to try to not reveal as much as possible. But social engineering is really good. And I actually subscribe to all the high levels of the sales navigators and different portions to test how good the AI is. I'm very disappointed LinkedIn's not better than it is from those automated tools. But, I use LinkedIn a lot. Anything I do, Facebook, I try to be very deliberate. Every now and then I'll say something corny or funny, but I try to be deliberate with inspirational messages and not bring people down.
Yeah.
I try to be just
Try to keep it positive in
overtly
the face
positive.
of
Dude, I do too, but I have a bad day every now and then. It's like,
everybody
you know
does.
what?
Everybody does.
Today's a crap day, and we're going to listen to some Limp Bizkit that everybody hates but me. So-
well, like Josh said, in the face of almost certain, humanity's destruction from AI, you got to be positive.
You do. What I heard a very interesting anecdote about that earlier about AI and humanity's destruction. It was I was listening to a podcast. I don't remember which one it was. I'm really bad to fall asleep listening to Lex Friedman, and it'll just like autoplay through all of his podcasts. So I have no idea where this came from, but it was very interesting. They were talking about AI playing against humans in chess.
Yeah.
And the humans won. Then AI won. and then the humans won again. And the person who is interviewing whoever was on the podcast was like, it's not scary that AI won against the humans. It's scary that AI let the humans win.
Yeah, for real.
That's what's scary.
And I heard that too because I remember when IBM's Watson first won the chess game many years ago. I remember that first happened. And then I remember when Watson couldn't be beat anymore. Mm-hmm. And then that is a very key takeaway is like, was the AI, was it strategy to lose?
Yeah.
Right. And that is a different question because the model should not allow it.
Yeah.
To lose.
There is an open letter with a lot of people signing it. I think I heard this on Lex's podcast also, where they're
calling for a halt.
Calling for a halt on AI technology development right now, a hiatus, and even to go so far as to drone strike AI servers. And I'm like, okay, that's a little extreme.
But their point's well taken because my biggest fear with AI is the destruction of critical thinking.
And I've seen that just with the internet in general.
Alone.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right.
Okay, so here's my thing. Let me put my optimist spin on this. Here's where I figure we're going. These are advanced human learning models. Basically, they're learning everything from us.
Yes.
They're language learning models is all really ChatGPT is, right? So when we look at AI, what essentially is looking back at us or what we're experiencing is the gathered intelligence of basically all mankind based on language on the internet in one. Mm-hmm. So rather than thinking about this as something that's going to take us all over.
Like an entity.
Yeah, like an entity. What if we start to look at AI as something that we should hold ourselves accountable to because it really is us? That assuming that it's not programmed in such a way that it excludes things or whatever.
See, that's the thing.
I'm talking about it like it
would have to be open source.
Yes, an open source general intelligence.
Yeah,
would essentially just be us. And what if where this goes to? And I don't know how this plays out necessarily, or in what kind of time frame it plays out in. But wouldn't you eventually start to look back at us and be like, you know what? If that thing is doing that, then maybe we have a problem because it learned it from us.
So basically, you said when you stare into the abyss stares back.
Yeah. It's a mirror.
It is. It is a mirror.
So I just asked AI to create a business plan for bringing technical manufacturing jobs to a town with a population of 1,500.
Okay.
Mm.
So the AI proposes that to establish a manufacturing facility for equipment in rural town 1,500, you need to manufacture high-quality technical equipment to various industries. These industries include agricultural equipment, tillers, harvesters, seeders, construction equipment, bulldozers, excavators, and cranes, manufacturing equipment, conveyors, automated assembly lines, and robotics. Marketing strategy will be primarily based on building strong relationships with customers, providing high-end quality products, create a website, participate in industry exhibitions, distribute flyers. The total cost of projects estimated, I'm summarizing, $5 million, which will be financed through a combination of debt and equity, expected to generate revenue of $10 million the first year with a net profit margin of 20%. So it is far more detailed to break that down. Year one revenues, $2 million. A net profit year two, $2.4 million. It's got, and so if I wanted to break that down, I could say, here's the resources in this town. Mm-hmm. What would you suggest we manufacture as the next step? And it can get more granular. But the point is,
what are you using, ChatGPT?
Yeah, and I just threw in no details and it gave a pretty standard business plan.
Right.
For doing
There's
that.
your business plan. Yeah.
Wow.
If I was going to open up a smokehouse and bar in this county, I may or may not
really
write a business plan on ChatGPT and see what happens.
There you go.
Maybe
you never know, and then I might compare it to actual business plans that exist. So you never know.
Little did we know that doing our name and our logo with AI,
I know, I know.
We might have done something there and don't even
We
know
may
what we
have.
did.
We may have.
Could be the butterfly. The butterfly effect could have started with the Hollercast logo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because I mean the logo.
Instead of 12 monkeys in the future, it'll be Hollercast.
All
People
that I
look back at it.
did to the logo was just put Hollercast in the middle of it. The rest of it's completely AI generated, and the name was AI generated.
Brilliant.
One word. I asked ChatGPT one word podcast name for a podcast about mountain community and culture. I think was what I asked. Something to that effect. That's what it gave me.
There was another one that it was a close contender, but I don't remember what it was. It was a good one though. But Hollercast is it's good. Well, man, this has been awesome.
Jimmy.
Good stuff.
Yeah, dude. Thank you so
man.
much for
I
coming.
just love hanging out, man. I can talk all day.
I could too.
So,
We need to talk to Jackie. The fact that this is a hard no for you running for the council from her.
Well, she's got her reasons, I know. and-
more importantly, we need to get Jackie to join one of these bands we got out of here. Because she has a monster voice.
Yeah.
She
well,
has a monster
we'll
voice.
talk about that after the show.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming.
Yep.
So, by the way, I asked ChatGPT again while we were talking to define Hollercast. And it says, I'm sorry, but I couldn't find a widely accepted or commonly used definition of Hollercast. It's possible this term is used in a specific industry or by a particular group of people. Then it asked me, can you give me any further information about where you came across this term? So I typed in Spruce Pine, North Carolina, and it says Spruce Pine is a town in Mitchell County, western North Carolina. It is situated in the Blue Ridge Mountains and is known for its scenic beauty, outdoor recreation opportunities, and mineral deposits, including the largest deposit of high-quality quartz in the world. Spruce Pine has a population of approximately 2,000 people and is a popular tourist destination, particularly for those interested in gemstone mining, hiking, and fishing. The town has a rich history with evidence of human habitation dating back more than 12,000 years.
Wow.
I want to know about that 12,000 year piece.
Yeah.
Because it got
I don't know where it found that at.
Well,
Yeah.
here I could just ask it to cited sources, and we'll find out, because this will tell me exactly where it got that information from. The Blue Ridge National Heritage area.
Nice.
Interesting.
Wow.
This stuff's dangerous.
It
Don't
is.
use ChatGPT.
It is.
I don't just have it readily on my computer at all times, I promise.
I'm going to set up all night
Sure.
on ChatGPT now. Man.
Dude, I asked it who its favorite 80s hair metal band was one time, and it said, while it's an AI, I can't have opinions, what a generic response. But I would suggest, and it was like LA Guns, Poison, and Motley
Oh,
Crue.
my God.
So,
Wow.
it's funny.
Well, everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Noah, thanks for producing, even though you felt crummy today. I really appreciate you and your hard work.
And he's been
I'll do anything for money.
and he's been busy becoming a
Twitch
most
star.
of platform
Yeah,
star.
celebrity.
Yeah, I've been
Celebrity.
busy gaining millions of followers every single day. It's
Who
Damn,
were your,
throw us some
who-
followers.
Who was your like from again? The God of War?
one of the Santa Monica studio employees that
Gotcha.
that worked on God of War.
Which, by the way,
Gotcha.
those are incredible games.
Yep, they are.
Just FYI.
They are.
Congratulations, man. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thank you.
Jimmy, thank you so much.
Man.
Anytime.
Really appreciate it.
It was
Anytime.
awesome, dude.
It was.
Glad I was home.
Everybody, please like and share this video. Subscribe if you haven't already. I haven't told Chase this yet, but at 1,000 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. And it's going to be an awesome prize. We're doing a giveaway. So you have to be a subscriber to be eligible. We'll have a website. You can go and enter there. But please subscribe. 1,000 subscribers, we're doing a giveaway. And it's going to be an awesome one. Good prize. Like the video, share it far and wide as far as you can. And we love you all. Thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Good evening.